When my mom was a little girl, she heard this wild rumor that she comes from a family of witches. So naturally, like any sane person, she wanted to get to the bottom of this. She graduated college with honors and went all in on studying the supernatural in a more scientific way. And her big takeaway was that the supernatural is real. We just need the right means to connect with it. But even though Mom became super famous for her groundbreaking work, she still couldn't figure out if our family had any connection to witches. She was so obsessed with finding the answer that she neglected everything else, which didn't sit well with Dad. They fought all the time, and eventually, he had enough and left. Soon after, Mom realized she was pregnant with me. So she dropped her research, moved into her childhood home with Aunt Jessie, and became the most devoted mom ever. But the second I started high school, she drove right back into her witch hunt. She even had this creepy little office where she kept all the souvenirs from her years of research. And Aunt Jessie absolutely hated that place.
Oh my God, Kara, who gave you that awful haircut?
Mom did. What's wrong?
Nothing, except you looked like a shaved squirrel.
She looks fine, Jessie. And why are you in my office anyway? I thought you hated coming here.
I do. It's just that I need some money. I'm traveling to Bora Bora tomorrow with Jack, and I don't want him to see me as some wannabe leeching off his money.
Who's Jack? I thought you were dating Mark.
Ugh, Mark was such a bore, so I broke up with him. Now I'm dating Jack. You know he's an entrepreneur and he owns a yacht? A yacht! Only 1,000% of the world population own a yacht, and Jack is one of them. Now, if you're done interrogating me, can I have some cash?
Aunt Jessie was Mom's twin sister, but unlike Mom, Jessie was a total free spirit. She drifted from place to place, never held down a steady job, and dreamed of marrying rich so she'd never have to work. Mom thought Jessie was a total flake, and for Jessie, Mom was one science experiment away from turning into a mad scientist. So, obviously, they never got along, and life went on. Until one day, everything changed. Yeah, we say that a lot around here. Just like we keep asking you to like and subscribe. So please go ahead and do that. Anyway, Mom was in her creepy office doing her usual research when we heard a loud crash. Jessie and I rushed in to check on her, and there she was, passed out cold on the floor. Her research papers were scattered everywhere, and right in the middle was this weird necklace. I ran to Mom's side while Aunt Jessie called the ambulance, but when the paramedics arrived, they said she was in a coma. Mom was rushed to the hospital, but the necklace stayed behind. I couldn't bring myself to leave it there. It felt important, like it might hold the answers we needed. So I took it and always kept it close to me.
Oh my God, just toss that ugly thing already.
No way! This was the last thing Mom was researching before she collapsed. She might need it when she wakes up.
For what? To wear to some ugly necklace convention? Kara, you're 18. Go live your life. You sulk way too much for a teenager.
And you're way too wild for someone in their 40s. Don't you care about Mom at all? Aren't you even a little worried if she's ever gonna wake up?
Look, your mom's nuts, okay? For all we know, this is because she spent too much time chasing ghosts and ancient nonsense. Now, do me a favor and stop playing detective.
Aunt Jessie grabbed my arm and I wanted to pull away, but I was too stunned. Not because of what she did, but because of what I saw. I had this vision where I saw Jessie in Mom's office pulling money out of her locker. You stole from Mom's locker?
What locker? I didn't steal anything.
But I just saw... I grabbed Jessie's arm again, and just like before, I saw her in Mom's office stealing money. I was trying to make sense of what was happening, when suddenly, my eyes fell on the necklace in my hand. I kept it down and touched Jessie again, and nothing. No visions this time. Could this necklace actually be showing me something?
Oh no, you've got that look. The same one your mom got whenever she went on about ghosts or spirits or whatever nonsense she wasted her life chasing.
Jessie kept groaning about something, but my brain was stuck on the fact that the necklace actually had powers. Every time I held it, these weird flashes would hit me. I didn't totally get what they were. Maybe they were some blurry sneak peeks into the future. Honestly, with Jessie's track record, seeing her steal from Mom felt pretty believable. But I needed proof that this thing was legit. So the next day, I wore the necklace to school, and like I suspected, every time I bumped into someone, I saw a glimpse of their future. Like, I accidentally brushed up against Madison, our cheer captain, and saw her flipping out in front of everyone. Sure enough, later that day, she dumped her boyfriend and destroyed his locker. I also saw Kyle, the class clown, going home alone to his cats, which was kinda sad. But then, I saw the rude school janitor having a terrible lunch that would keep him in the bathroom all afternoon. That instantly lifted my spirits. Oh wow, this is the best day ever! Whee!
Talking to yourself, Kara? Is that your secret strategy to beat me on the test? Hate to break it to you, but it's not gonna work.
Ugh, Ethan. Of course he had to walk in and ruin my perfect day. Ethan is in my class, and he's probably the most perfect guy ever. Rich, popular, a face that looks like it was carved by angels, and of course, perfect grades. He's got it all. But here's the kicker. Ethan's insanely clumsy. It's almost a talent, how bad he is at holding on to things. Lunch trays, expensive vases, kittens, you name it, he's probably dropped it. And yet, somehow, his clumsiness just makes him even more charming to everyone. Well, everyone but me. I just thought it was hilarious how someone so perfect can be such an uncoordinated mess.
Oh my god. Ethan, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just slipped a little, no big deal.
Quick, someone get ice. Call the nurse. Ethan, how many fingers am I holding up?
2?
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. It's just, isn't this a little dramatic? He just tripped. He's not dying.
Just for the record, I could have seriously hurt myself. What if I hit my head and broke my neck? Would that be serious enough for you?
Oh my god, you're fine. You may have a concussion, but that's about it. And you literally fall every day, Ethan. Multiple times a day. And you're walking just fine, aren't you? Ethan gave me the stink eye, and since then, he's been in this weird, unspoken competition with me. He tries to beat me at everything. Grades, gym class, who gets to the front of the cafeteria line first. And even though I have no idea why he's doing that, one thing's for sure. There's no way I'm letting him win. I'm here. I'm not late.
Ew, what's that smell? Did you run here? Just ask Kara and I'll lend you a couple bucks for the bus next time you're late.
At least I can run without tripping over a rock and rolling down the street.
I don't need to run. I have a car with a private driver.
And thank God for that. Or God knows how many people you would have run over by now, you clumsy fool.
How dare you?
Ethan lunged at me, but his foot caught on the desk, and he crashed right into me. As soon as we touched, I had this crazy vision of Ethan wandering through a forest, moving deeper like he was searching for something. And then suddenly, he reached the edge of the cliff and fell.
If you keep staring at me like that, you'll fall in love.
Ugh, as if. Get off me. And yeah, maybe stay away from cliffs for a while, okay?
What? Did you not get enough oxygen to your brain while running over here?
Just then the teacher walked in and we rushed back to our seats. That entire day, I couldn't help keeping an eye on Ethan. Even though he was a jerk, I didn't want him falling off a cliff because of some mysterious entity. That would break too many hearts at school. So later, when I saw him walking toward the woods behind the school, I decided to follow him, but he'd already walked in deeper. I kept walking straight, trying to stay optimistic, when I finally saw Ethan moving towards the cliff in a trance-like state. Ethan, stop! No response. I screamed for him again, but when he didn't stop, I ran towards him and pulled his arm, snapping him back to reality.
Kara? What? Where am I?
You walked into the jungle. You don't remember?
No, I remember being at football practice, and now I'm just here? How did I even get here? And wait, how'd you know where to find me? Were you following me? You were, weren't you? Why? Did one of my dad's enemies send you to keep an eye on me? Tell me!
For a second, I panicked. Ethan's dad was a senator, and me showing up out of nowhere was definitely weird, especially because we didn't get along. I could understand why he'd be paranoid, so I had no choice but to tell him the whole truth.
So you're telling me this necklace gives you the power to look into the future?
Yeah, and I know it sounds super made up, but I swear to God, it's true. And if you don't believe me...
No, I actually believe you. With all the weird stuff going on in my life right now, a magic necklace honestly feels pretty normal.
That's That's when Ethan told me that for the past few months, he was being haunted by a ghost. It showed up out of nowhere, and ever since then, his life had been a mess.
I was always clumsy, but lately it's been getting worse. I wake up doing the weirdest stuff, like wrecking my mom's rose garden or doodling all over some portrait of my great-grandfather. And I don't even remember doing it.
But how are you so sure a ghost has something to do with this?
Because I've seen it. Sometimes late at night, I'll catch a shadowy figure in the mirror, or feel like someone's standing right behind me. Plus, we moved into this house only 6 months ago, and my parents were warned it might be haunted. But the house belonged to my great-grandfather, and Dad was obsessed with renovating it and moving in as soon as possible. And now I'm haunted by this stupid ghost who probably wants me dead.
I stared at him, trying to process what he just said. A ghost was making Ethan clumsy and dangerous? It sounded ridiculous. But then again, I was wearing a necklace that could show me the future. So maybe this wasn't totally ridiculous.
You think I'm an idiot?
Yes, but that's beside the point. Seems like this ghost has some serious beef with you, and we need to make sure it doesn't totally wreck your life. Follow me. Ethan watched me suspiciously, but followed me anyway, and I took him home. I led him to Mom's office, dug through some of her stuff, and pulled out a protective talisman. This should keep you safe for a while. Although the ghost might still mess with your mind, it won't be able to harm you fatally.
Gee, thanks. That's reassuring. But how do you even know this stuff works?
My mom was a researcher of the supernatural. I picked up a thing or two growing up in this chaos. That is, until she got sick. But I'm sure she'll be fine in no time. And this time when she's back, I'm not letting her out of my sight for even 1 second.
At least you have that hope. I live in the same house as my parents, and I barely see them. Last month, when I kept waking up in random places around the house, my dad just hired a sleep specialist, then a psychiatrist, then a guard to lock my door at night. Not once did he ask me what was actually wrong. Just threw money at it until it looked fixed and I didn't cause any drama.
That sounds rough, but I guess we all have our battles.
I guess we do.
Since then, Ethan and I were practically inseparable. Honestly, it wasn't by choice. Ethan was convinced he couldn't survive without me. And to be fair, he wasn't entirely wrong. At first, the things I saw ahead of time were small, like stopping him from burning his tongue on hot cocoa or mixing up sugar and salt. But as the week went on, things got way more intense. First, I saved him from falling into the fountain in the school courtyard. Then it was dodging a soccer ball that almost slammed into his face. But things got really serious during science class when he nearly mixed 2 dangerous chemicals together, and I had to jump out of my seat to stop him. It looks like every time I stop you from a disaster, the ghost just gets angrier and pushes you into an even bigger one. We need to stop this. Did you sprinkle salt along the floor right up against the walls of your room like I asked you to? That's the only way to keep the ghost out of your room.
Of course I did. But the cleaning staff always sweeps it up and complains to my parents about the mess. They think I've lost my mind.
Then ask one of your bodyguards to watch over you at night. You've got plenty of those, don't you?
What am I, 5? My parents would think it's weird. You have to come up with a better solution.
Like what? I can't watch you 24/7, Ethan. There's got to be another way.
I have an idea.
Ethan's brilliant idea was to sneak me into his massive walk-in closet overnight without anyone noticing. But why can't I just come in through the front door like a normal person? I mean, you're kind of popular. Don't you have friends coming over all the time?
You mean those kids I hang with at school? They're only around because my dad's loaded. None of them are real friends. And even if they were, my dad's way too paranoid to let anyone in without running them through 100 security checks. Seriously, sneaking in is just easier.
And way more claustrophobic.
You'll survive.
But it was tougher than it looked. Ethan's place was like a fortress. Big, sprawling gardens, guards crawling everywhere with dogs that would rip you apart. Even his closet was bigger than my room. So I slipped in and waited for Ethan while his guards patrolled the house. But with the blackout, the air felt heavy, and I started to feel dizzy. Before I knew it, everything went dark, and I passed out. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in the closet anymore. Instead, I was standing in a dimly lit hallway with creaky wooden floors and walls lined with old paintings.
Finally awake, Sleeping Beauty?
I spun around to see a girl my age, dressed like she had just walked out of a 19th century drama. What is this? Where am I? Who are you?
Slow down, woman. One question at a time. You're having a dream, and I'm the ghost of this gorgeous house.
You're the one haunting Ethan?
Haunting is such a dramatic word. Let's just say I'm invested in his miserable little life.
Why?
Because I enjoy tormenting pretty boys. In life, I scarcely had the time for such amusements, but now, as a ghost, I can slip in and out of their lives as I please. It's one of the few pleasures I have left. Now, if you're done pestering me with questions, there's something important I need to show you.
She led me down a narrow staircase and finally stopped in a weird cave that looked like it was centuries old. The walls were all stone, and on them were strange looping symbols repeated over and over in neat rows. I was trying to make sense of what they meant when the ghost gestured towards the end of the cave to a red door.
If you want answers, just walk through that door.
What's behind it?
The truth.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, immensely. Now do as I say. You don't have much time.
I took a deep breath and walked over to the door. But just as I was about to turn the knob, I heard a scream coming from the end of the cave. I got so spooked, I immediately recoiled and fell. My head hit the ground, and I don't remember what happened next, except I woke up staring at the ceiling in Ethan's living room. I slowly got up, trying to make sense of what happened, when I saw Ethan holding a lighter standing inches away from the curtains. Without thinking, I lunged forward and snatched the lighter out of his hand, when suddenly Ethan's parents walked in.
Who are you and what are you doing in my house?
Dad, she's...
I'm not asking you, Ethan. You go to your room.
But Dad...
I said leave!
Ethan's mom took his hand and took him to his room, while I just stood in the living room, motionless.
As for you, girl, you broke into my house, and judging by that lighter in your hand, I'd say your intention was to set something on fire. Some rival sent you to sabotage me, so I stepped down from my mayor campaign?
What? No, I wasn't trying to burn anything. I was helping Ethan. Ask him.
I don't have to ask him anything. My son would never be friends with someone like you.
Excuse me, sir, but you're crossing a line here. I agree this whole thing looks suspicious, but I'm telling you the truth. You can call my aunt. She can vouch for me.
Oh, I'm sure you have some accomplice ready to cover for you. Enough of this nonsense. You're not fooling me.
Before I could argue any further, his dad pulled out his phone and called the police. And an hour later, I was sitting in the police station, feeling like the unluckiest person in the world. I was just about to lose my mind when Jesse burst through the doors and dragged me home.
Of all the stupid, reckless, irresponsible things you could have done, Kara, you broke into someone's house?
I didn't! Ethan called me there. He's my friend.
So you're telling me you have rich friends like that guy Ethan, and you never told me? How could you do that? The least you should have done was to introduce me to his father.
For the love of God, Jesse, his dad's married. Where are your morals?
Who needs morals when you can be rich? And his dad's a politician, right? Everyone knows politicians are always looking for trophy wives. I'm sure I'd fit right in. Now do me a favor and arrange a meeting.
I will do no such thing, you freak.
What?
I'll talk to him after break. Tomorrow at school. I didn't, because Ethan didn't turn up at school the next day, which kind of had me worried. I even called him, but he didn't answer. So I thought he was just ignoring me after what happened with his dad last night. But then, something in my heart told me things weren't right, so I decided to pay him a visit. I was outside his mansion when suddenly I started hearing voices. I walked in and froze. Ethan was standing on the edge of the roof, swaying like a leaf in the wind. His parents were shouting up at him. Guards were barking into their walkie-talkies. But no one was making a move to save him.
Ethan, sweetie, please wake up.
But Ethan didn't move. It was clear he wasn't himself, and if someone startled him or rushed up there, it might only push him to jump. I had to get to him somehow, so with everyone distracted, I slipped into the mansion and dashed upstairs to the rooftop. Ethan? Ethan, it's me, Kara. I know you can hear me. You're not alone. I'm here, okay? Just focus on my voice. Ethan tilted his head slightly, like he was trying to place the sound. You're stronger than this. Whatever's got a hold on you, it doesn't control you. You're Ethan, the guy who trips over air and somehow still looks cool doing it. You're not a puppet. Fight it! For a moment, nothing happened. Then slowly, he turned his head to look at me.
Kara?
It's me. I've got you. I won't let go, I promise. Finally, he reached out, and the moment our hands touched, I yanked him away from the edge with all my strength. But I fell, hit my head, and blacked out. And when I woke up, I was in Ethan's room. What happened?
You hit your head. Kara, I don't know how to thank you. If you hadn't come, I don't think I'd still be here.
Good thing I showed up then.
There's also something else you should know.
Ethan reached into his pocket and pulled out my necklace. The chain was snapped, and the strange pendant was cracked right down the middle.
I found it next to you after you fell.
Oh no! It was the one thing that still connected me to my mom.
I'm so sorry, Kara. I'm sorry that I dragged you into this mess. It wasn't your battle to fight. In fact, there's something you should know.
And Ethan told me that he wasn't actually possessed, but had a rare psychological disorder that caused blackouts and hallucinations.
It started when he was a kid, but it went away. We thought it was fine until these past few months. He started having these episodes. His dad's political campaign, the pressure, moving into this old place with all its creepy stories. It must have triggered it again. And we tried to keep him safe, secured the entire place, but we failed.
My parents didn't tell me this because they thought I might freak out and maybe the condition will worsen. But what's worse than jumping off a roof? Sorry, bad time to joke. But the bottom line is that I'm truly sorry for everything I've put you through. And I'd really love it if we could be friends.
Ethan was still talking when my phone buzzed. It was Aunt Jessie, and she told me that Mom was finally awake. I told Ethan, and he immediately offered to take me to the hospital. As soon as we reached the hospital, I rushed into Mom's room and held her tight. Oh, thank God. I was so scared I'd never get to see you again.
Oh, my sweet girl, I missed you too. And I've got to say this, you've been so brave.
But Mom, I messed up. I broke the necklace.
Well, you kind of did me a favor there.
Mom's eyes drifted to the broken necklace, and she told me that it wasn't just some souvenir, but an ancient relic designed to imprison souls.
I studied it thinking it would confirm our family's history with witchcraft. I thought if I could connect my spirit to it, I'd gain the wisdom I'd been seeking. Instead, the necklace trapped me. My body stayed here in a coma, but my spirit was locked inside. But when it broke, it lost its hold. My soul was released and returned to my body.
So, you were in this necklace all this time?
In a way, yes. I've been watching you, and you've been so brave, Kara. Although I got a bit freaked out when I saw you walking towards that red door.
Wait, you know about the red door? How? I never told anyone about that vision.
I know because I was there. That scream you heard was mine. And it wasn't a vision, Kara. The necklace was messing with your head. It feeds off your fears and uncertainties. And when it sensed your confusion about Ethan's haunting, it created the image of a ghost to prey on your emotions. It was all a trick to get you to walk through that red door willingly. And if you had, you'd be trapped just like I was.
So, you mean everything I saw in my visions was my imagination? But what about the stuff that came true?
The necklace has this strange power of showing you bits and pieces of the future, but never the full picture. It keeps you curious, making you rely on it to guide you. That's how it earns your trust and manipulates you.
I think I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, you won't, because I will never let this happen again. I'm done with these studies, Kara. I lost sight of what matters and nearly lost everything. I think I want to focus on my family again.
I'd love that too, Mom.
Great! Now that you're both reunited, maybe we can talk about my Bora Bora trip? No? Fine, I'll just sit here quietly.
We all laughed, and it felt like a new chapter had begun. The necklace was gone, Mom was awake and back with me. And as for Ethan, well, he's still clumsy as ever. But at least he's taking therapy, so he won't roll off another building and blame it on a ghost. People always said I had a unique look. Olive skin, this odd shade of green eyes. I started wearing glasses at 6, so maybe that ruined the effect. Doesn't matter. Let me just tell you up front. My life wasn't some wild adventure. Just me, drifting through school with a weirdly decent sense of humor, and a family situation no one could explain in one sentence. Now, my dad, God bless his midlife crisis, decided he wanted to be the next Steve Irwin. Not in a cute, let's volunteer at the zoo kind of way, but full-blown obsessed. Animal documentaries, snake facts at dinner, backyard traps to train my instincts. By the time I was 7, I could name more venomous reptiles than I could types of candy, which honestly explains a lot. So when Christmas rolled around, I didn't ask for Barbies or ponies or whatever other kids were crying about. I had one very specific, very non-negotiable wish. A snake. A real one. A snake? Absolutely not.
But not just any snake. He's educational.
So is watching a nature show. Why don't you print out a picture and hang it on your wall?
His name is Venno. I already made a tank out of the rice cooker box.
I'm not feeding it, I'm not touching it. And if it escapes, you're sleeping outside. I was that weird kid in school, obsessed with snakes, reptiles, and obscure animal facts. So no, I didn't have many friends. And honestly, I was fine with that. Apparently, not everyone else was.
So, as you both know, Rose is different, and I think we should work together to help her make some friends.
Well, you're saying it like there's something wrong with my daughter. Maybe all her classmates are just weird and stupid, and she doesn't want to be their friend.
Honey.
Mrs. McGill, I understand your frustration, but your daughter brought a snake to school, and she threw it at another student. Do you understand how dangerous that is?
She threw it at Jessica, the little bully brat you should have suspended years ago? But no, let's go after the quiet, weird kid who minds her business and likes snakes. Look, I get what you're saying. I do. But this is our daughter. She'll stay like this until she grows out of it, hopefully. So please, don't call us in for these Dr. Phil meetings again. Come on, honey. That night, I did the only logical thing a lonely, misunderstood 11-year-old could do. I sneaked out to get a tattoo of Venno. But the guy at the shop called my parents before the needle even touched my skin. And yes, I got an earful the entire way home. Things stayed the same until I turned 17. And then, everything changed. I stumbled across this online ad for something called the Reptile Lovers Retreat. It was this once-a-year, deep in the jungle kind of event, a snake nerd paradise where people from all over the world camped out and swapped stories about their pet snakes and lizards. Next thing I knew, I was on a private jet for the first time in my life. Turns out, the whole retreat was organized by Matthew, a teenage billionaire with a thing for snakes, drama, and 5-star everything. He was the kind of guy who could throw a party mid-air like it was just another Saturday, and somehow make everyone feel like they belonged there.
Nice tattoo.
Thanks, bro. Got it last week. Finally. Been trying to get it for years.
You look familiar. Have we met before?
Oh, come on. Are guys still using that line? Is that, still a thing?
What? You've been eyeing me since the party started.
Well, yeah. You looked familiar.
Haha, see? Classic move. Old but gold.
Babe, what's so funny?
Jessica? What the heck are you doing here?
Existing? I'm here on a trip with my boyfriend. I'm not some weirdo snake girl who flies across the world just to hang out with reptiles.
Take it easy, babe. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Sir.
Roser?
She means loser. But yeah, that's me. I barely had time to process what was happening before the world tilted sideways. Literally. We were falling. Fast. Then crash. Everything went black. Where am I? The world around me was buzzing, but somehow we all survived. We were bruised, shaken, and freaked out for sure, but no one was seriously hurt. just a lot of stunned faces and a growing sense that we were officially in the middle of nowhere. My vision was a blur without my glasses, but I tried to keep my head in the game.
Come on! Where's the signal?
I don't think there's any service out here.
What do you mean, no service, you stupid losers? How are we supposed to?
All right, first things first. We need water. I'll look for a stream or anything nearby. Just stay here, don't panic, and for the love of snakes, don't wander off. We need to keep track of everyone and conserve energy until we know what we're dealing with.
I'll come with you.
Babe, it's so humid out here.
You mean dangerous, yeah?
Fine, I'll come with you. No way I'm letting you wander off alone with that ogre.
I rolled my eyes, and the three of us started walking. My eyes started itching, and Matthew told me they looked red. For hours, Jessica kept making snide comments whenever she could squeeze them in, but I was too focused to give her the reaction she wanted.
It's so humid. I swear I just felt a bug crawl into my shoe.
Welcome to the wilderness, babe.
Why are you even on this trip, Matthew? You look like someone who's never even been outside a spa.
Excuse you? I'm very outdoorsy. My family made me do survival camps every summer. You know, learn grit. Apparently being born rich means you have to earn your personality.
Hey, Rose, remember in 5th grade when you brought that snake to school? You were running to the bathroom and it got out of your bag and you turned around to grab it, then peed your pants?
I'm sure that didn't happen. Come on, Jess.
Yes, it did. I remember because it was my 12th birthday that day.
Wait, why were you 12 in 5th grade? Were you held back? I saw your passport. You're older than us.
She wasn't held back. Some people just start school later than others.
Why are you defending her?
Because she's a helpless little weirdo who will jump at any chance to be my friend. And fine, yes, I was held back. There, I said it. What now? You gonna break up with me?
No, babe, I was just...
Save it. I'd rather walk alone and get eaten by a wolf than spend another second with you and that snake perv. Whoa!
Just then, Jessica fell into a trap. A rope whipped around her ankle and yanked her up, leaving her dangling upside down midair.
Help! Help! Oh, what are you two idiots doing? Oh, sorry, babe. Not you. Her!
Say sorry to Rose first.
Matthew, listen. The fact that there's a trap here suggests there might be hunters nearby. Maybe we finally found someone. Wait, I hear footsteps.
I'll be with you, Rose, after Jessica apologizes. Come on, Jess.
I heard the footsteps getting closer, fast, so I climbed up a fallen tree trunk, crawled along the branch hanging above Jessica, and started cutting the rope, barehanded, then with my teeth.
Matthew, behind you!
I looked up. A group of people stood there, dressed in what looked like traditional tribal gear. They were watching us. Their leader, a tall, stone-faced man, stepped forward. Everyone went silent. I awkwardly bit the rope one last time, and Jessica fell head first onto the ground with a thud.
Ouch! And who are these people? Are they gonna save us or eat us for dinner?
They didn't speak any English, and while Matthew tried to communicate with them, I noticed their leader staring at me. Then he took a step closer, and just like that, the whole group went still.
Soboki Nina Ayame.
He's looking at my snake tattoo. Then he turned to his people and said something in a language I didn't recognize. Suddenly, they bowed to me, like full-on prostrated. The leader gave a signal. 2 of them came over, lifted me onto their shoulders, and started chanting something as they carried me away. Matthew and Jessica followed in shocked silence. What are they saying?
Shikboko mayon koslaki fi.
I think he said, I like the cut of your jib, kid. You got guts.
We were taken to the center of the tribe, where dozens of teepees circled around in open space. The leader climbed onto a rock and gave what felt like a heartwarming speech. I mean, it sounded heartwarming. Then again, I had no idea what he was actually saying. Once again, the entire tribe bowed down. A few of them stepped forward carrying a wooden chair, decorated with ribbons and colorful fabrics. They set it down, motioned for me to sit, and then lifted it up, carrying me like I was royalty.
Why are they treating her like she's their god?
They do think she's their god, Jessie. All hail our goddess Rose.
I looked down at all these people, delighted to have me, at Matthew's proud smile and Jessica's jealous glare. And for the first time, I didn't see myself as an act of kindness or neglect or charity. I saw myself as a gift to humanity, or maybe a god. For starters, they placed me in a decorated teepee with round-the-clock security and women assigned to care for me. They bathed me in milk, washed my hair with oils that smelled like heaven, and fed me their best food. Every evening before sunset, they paraded me through the village on my chair and set me down at the center, where people lined up to kiss my hand and touch my feet, hoping for my blessings. Matthew and Jessica were given a separate teepee, way out on the edge of the tribe. I didn't speak to them for days. I only saw them from afar, where Jessica looked visibly annoyed. I knew they wanted to be saved, to go home, to call someone, but I figured that could wait. Besides, it's not like I could communicate with the tribe very clearly anyway. The tribe leader had a habit of presenting people to me during these blessing sessions. One person each day, so I could examine them and decide if they were worthy or pure. Naturally, I said yes to everyone. Who was I to judge? But one day, he brought me a young man, maybe in his early 20s. As he got closer, I caught a whiff of something unpleasant. Let's just say he didn't wipe well. I winced, just for a second. It wasn't dramatic, just a face. The leader's eyes widened immediately. He turned to his men and made a gesture, sharp and fast. Before I could say anything, they rushed in, grabbed the guy, and started dragging him away. He burst into tears, trying to crawl back, begging, looking right at me. He reached for my feet and cried harder. I stood up, trying to stop them. I stepped forward, blocking his path, trying to say something, anything. But the leader suddenly turned toward me and placed his hand on my shoulder. His eyes were cold, wide, steady. I froze and just stood there, watching them drag the crying men out of the clearing. And there was nothing I could do. For the next few days, I pretended to be sick so I wouldn't have to leave my bed. I just wanted to avoid those blessing sessions altogether. There was this girl, Huna. I eventually learned her name. She was assigned to be my personal assistant, but really, she was more like a babysitter. She barely left my side, day and night. Over time, I managed to learn a few words from her and teach her a few English ones too. Of course, I had to keep up the I'm sick act the whole time. You've been staring at the necklace for a while now, Huna. Do you like it? I wish I could give it to you. It's from my mom. My biological mom, actually. She gave it to me when I was 6, and even though I was too young to understand it back then, I remember thinking it was strange that my aunt would give me something so expensive. Oh, sorry, that's confusing. She was my aunt back then. When I turned 10, I found out she was actually my biological mother. She'd given me to her sister, my aunt, because she was poor and already had 3 kids, and her sister couldn't have any. I was angry and confused that day, but somehow I ended up pulling this necklace out of the drawer and putting it on. And ever since then, I haven't taken it off. Una didn't respond. She just kept staring at the necklace. Sorry, girl, I can't give you this one. But here, take this bracelet. It's from Target, but it's cute. I'll give you the other bracelet if you like and subscribe and interact with this video so more people can see it and I become more famous. Huna gave me a side eye, but took the bracelet anyway. Just then, the leader barged in. He looked furious. Without saying a word, he grabbed Huna and pulled her to her feet. He started scolding her and pointing at me. My guess was that he figured out I was faking being sick and that Huna was covering for me. He tried to drag her out. I panicked. I didn't want her to get in trouble, especially not for me. I jumped up to stop him. The moment he saw me on my feet, his eyes widened. He shouted even louder at Huna. And I don't know what came over me, but I slapped him. He froze, stunned. For a few seconds, no one moved. Then he just turned around and walked out. Huna, I'll give you the necklace, but you've got to help me with something. Eventually, I managed to explain, at least partly, that I needed her to sneak Matthew and Jessica over to me. She looked hesitant, but after I gave her the necklace and pleaded for what felt like hours, she finally reluctantly agreed. That night, just before dawn, she stuffed them into the giant bags they usually use to carry firewood and placed the cart near my teepee's entrance. Matthew and Jessica snuck in quietly.
You better get us out of here before I kick your butt, you little miserable smackhead.
I wouldn't use miserable here, Jess. In case you haven't noticed, she's literally a god here.
She's still a stupid loser to me, and don't you ever defend her again. You did it before, and you're doing it now. I'm warning you, Matthew.
What are you gonna do, Jessica? We're stuck in the middle of some weird cult tribe, and this is what you're focused on? Belittling Rose? What has she ever actually done to you?
It's okay, Matthew. Thanks, but let's just focus. We need to figure out how we're getting out of here.
Oh, now you care about us? Do you have any idea what we've been through? We wake up at dawn, get sent to the mountains to hunt, whatever that means, and then we're out in the fields all afternoon. All we get to eat is plain rice and dry corn, while you're here eating fish and meat and bathing in milk like some freaking goddess. You're letting this whole thing get to your head. Maybe because deep down, you know how worthless and dirty you are. Just a smug little snake-loving mutt.
Jessica, enough! Cut it out, all right?
Huna sensed something was wrong. She stepped in, trying to gesture for Jessica to calm down.
Oh, what do you want now? Instead of standing there like some useless statue, why don't you go fetch us something decent to eat, huh? Food, stomach, hunger, food! You hear that?
She shoved Huna toward the entrance. Matthew rushed to stop her.
I'm tired. I want to go home. I miss my bed so bad.
It's okay. Calm down. Rose will help us figure this out.
She's an idiot. She never does anything right. She killed my brother. Yeah, she did. You didn't know that, huh? We were best friends, Rose, for 10 years. And then that night, you showed up crying, pouring rain, screaming about your mom, aunt, whatever. My brother, he came running down to check what was going on, and he tripped over you. Yeah, she was lying on the floor crying because she's that dramatic. He just had surgery, okay? He wasn't supposed to fall. Now he's in a coma. And every time I see you smiling and pretending like it didn't happen, I see him lying there. You didn't just ruin our friendship, you ruined everything.
Jess, that's not fair. You can't blame her for that. I'm sure Rose is sorry.
God knows how sorry I am. I think about it every single night. I've said I'm sorry more times than I can count.
Yeah? Look how sorry you are. Getting pampered like royalty while we rot out there. You and your crocodile tears. I'll never forgive you.
I'm sorry. I was crying hard. That incident never left me. It came right after I found out about my mom and aunt. And then Jessica completely cut me off. She hated me. Made sure everyone else did too. That's when I started isolating. When I got more into snakes. They didn't judge. I took a shaky step forward, trying to reach out, maybe just to plead. But Jessica looked at me with pure disgust. Then she spat on me.
Don't you dare touch me, you pathetic little freak!
She stormed off. Matthew tried to shout after her, but she was already gone. He followed a second later. I stood there, wiped her spit off my cheek, and blinked my last tear away. The next day, during the blessing ceremony, the leader brought forward a few villagers like usual, but I didn't even look at them. I shook my head. He stopped, looking confused. I scanned the crowd. Then slowly, I raised my hand and pointed at Jessica. The crowd turned to look at her. Jessica didn't move. Her eyes locked on mine, wide and panicked. Her face went pale.
You wouldn't dare, Rose.
The leader ordered his men to bring her forward. She didn't resist. She walked with them, calm, composed, almost proud. When she got closer, she looked straight into my eyes, cold like she was daring me.
What are you going to do, Rose?
So now I'm just Rose? Not a pathetic loser anymore? She didn't say a word, just stared. But her eyes were saying, do the right thing. I looked at the leader and gave the signal to take her away.
No, please, stop! Rose, tell them to stop!
He tried to run toward us, but a few of the men held him back as Jessica walked away silently, without a fight, never once looking back. That night, I sat in my teepee with the worst headache of my life. My eyes were burning. I'd already kicked Huna out because I needed a break. Some rest without someone hovering around me like I was prey. Just then, Huna tiptoed back in, dragging Matthew by the ear. Matthew, why were you outside walking around my teepee? Do you know how dangerous that is?
Good evening, Rose.
Couldn't have a bad one if I tried.
I needed to talk to you, and I didn't know how. Ow! Seriously, tell her to let go of my ear.
If you're here to talk about Jessica, save it. She got what she deserved. I've been silent enough.
I get your pain, I really do, but she's been through a lot too. I mean, I wanted to break up with her, but ow! What is her hand made of, metal?
It's okay, Huna. You can let go of his ear now.
I was gonna break up with her before the trip, but her dad asked me to wait. He's a friend of my dad's. Said she wasn't doing well, that this trip might help. Her therapist thought nature would fix things, I guess. She's all he's got. I just wanted to get her back safe. All of us.
Boo and who?
Come on, Rose, show empathy.
Her going through stuff doesn't mean everyone else has to suffer for it. Her therapist should have taught her not to be a jerk, not to go out and connect with the trees. Now, if you don't mind, it's time for my nap. Huna pushed him toward the exit.
Wait, Huna, right? Here, I picked this flower for you. Thought it looked cool. I've never seen anything like it.
Huna clutched her chest, visibly touched, then promptly threw the flower away. Shokuri! It's poisonous, you idiot. Now get out. Huna gave him one last glare and dragged him out. That night, we had one of the biggest ceremonies yet. A celebration marking the Night of Arrival, a sacred tradition passed through generations, where they believed a god would descend from the sky to guide them. Apparently, I was that god. At one point, I noticed a kid staring at me with hatred. It was the first time I'd seen that kind of look directed at me here. Huna caught the tension. From what I could gather, the man they dragged away during the last blessing was his father. I was so tired of people blaming me for things that were completely out of my control. I mean, I was sorry it happened, but it wasn't my fault. Not really. So I stuck my tongue out at the kid. He hid behind his mom. A few moments later, the men came to carry my chair for some ritual. They lifted me high into the center of the gathering. Some people cheered, others bowed, and as I sat above them all, I felt it. No matter what I did, they would keep worshiping me. Even that boy from earlier had been pushed forward by his mom to join the celebration. Funny how I was someone's discarded kid. Now I'm someone's god. I still don't know which one hurts more. The boy stared straight at me. Then he pointed behind him. I followed the direction he pointed, half expecting nothing. But then, completely unrelated, I saw a glow. The glow was faint at first, but it quickly grew into visible flames, rising higher and spreading fast through the dark. I raised my hand and pointed, and the music slowly faded as people turned to look. Then came the gasps, and the shouting followed soon after. Panic broke out, and someone rushed to carry me away to safety. The next morning, smoke still hung in the air. Half the village was reduced to skeletons of ash and cinder. And yet, no one cried. Instead, they moved with an eerie calm, lining up in silence, carrying the last of their grain, jewelry, hand-carved trinkets, all for me, for their goddess. Children clutched burned dolls. Old women limped barefoot across blackened earth.
as if none of it mattered. As long as I was safe, they would have done anything I asked. Anything. And for a second, I didn't hate that. That scared me more than the fire. How can I be a goddess if I can't even help them? I'm just an idiot, like Jessica always says. I attract chaos everywhere I go. The leader had dragged me away the moment he saw the flames. While others burned, he made sure I was untouched. Untouched and adored. Now he stood beside me, perfectly clean, arms folded, like nothing had happened. Why aren't they? Why isn't anyone upset? Just then, the leader spotted a woman near the back of the line, clutching something under her clothing. His face darkened. He barked something in his language and pointed at her. She froze, then slowly stepped forward, shaking. From beneath her clothing, she pulled out a small bundle of dried herbs and placed it at my feet. Her child clung to her side, coughing quietly. No, keep it. It's yours. You need it for your child. I tried to hand it back, but the leader yanked it from my hands and gave it to his men. He pointed at my hair, then nodded approvingly, muttering something about the herbs, as if they were meant for me, as if some miracle hair treatment was more important than a sick child. What is wrong with you? These people lost everything, and all you care about is them giving me things? What am I gonna do with all this stuff? What kind of leader are you? Just then, I spotted Jessica in the crowd and ran to her. Are you okay?
Why do you care? If you must know, I was assigned to clean the poop hole. Guess the fire saved me. Never thought fire could be a blessing, but here we are.
We need to find a way off this island, Rose.
I know, but we can't just leave them like this. We have to help them.
Well, gee, isn't that wonderful? Help yourself first, Rose.
Before I could respond, the leader started shouting orders, telling the villagers to rebuild. No rest, no mourning, just obedience. First we were asking how we'd survive the jungle. Now I'm wondering how we survive him. His men approached me again. I knew what that meant. Back to the teepee. Back to playing goddess. I didn't resist. I just walked silently, trying to figure out how the heck we were going to get out of here. That night, I sat in my teepee, waiting for Huna to sneak in Matthew and Jessica. But just then, I heard voices outside. I peeked through the fabric and saw the leader and several villagers gathered, tense and angry. In the center was Huna. The leader was holding my mom's necklace. They must have found out she had it and assumed she stole it. But why wouldn't they ask me first? Why jump to punishment? That was it. I stormed out and pushed through the crowd. I grabbed the leader by the horned band on his head and stared down at him. Everyone, he's not pure. I don't give him my blessing. Take him away. Why are you looking at me like that? I said, take him. But no one moved. They all looked down, and then, quietly, so did he, his chin dipping just slightly, like he'd expected this, like he knew they would choose him over me, even now. So who do you fear now, God or man? I walked over to Huna and helped her to her feet, and for a second, everyone just watched, waiting for me to lead, to fix it. The weight of it hit me all at once, and it made me realize something. Maybe my biological mom didn't give me away because she didn't love me. Maybe she was just overwhelmed, trying to survive with more than she could carry. I used to hate her for that, but now, faced with such a big responsibility to help Huna and the others, I finally understood how overwhelming it could be, and I was going to make a different choice. I wasn't walking away. Inside, Matthew and Jessica were already waiting.
Hey, Huna. Looking lovely today. Anyway, Rose, we found a boat on the shore. It looks solid, newly built. Since everyone's busy rebuilding the village, we figured we could take it. Tonight, get ready.
And leave everyone? With that jerk still in charge?
You didn't seem to mind when he was pampering you.
Yeah, and you're really making it hard for me to regret punishing you.
She rolled her eyes. Anyway, you guys can go. Try to get help. Sounds like I'm the only one who can stop that man from hurting more people. I'm their god, remember? I'm safe. Just then, Huna reached over and squeezed my hand. Father, leader. Wait, he's your father? Wow, this man just keeps giving. Huna gestured for us to wait and slipped outside. 5 minutes later, she returned with folded clothes, disguises. We changed quickly and followed her out. We walked through the woods in silence for about 20 minutes.
Remind me again, why are we following this primitive girl deep into the jungle? What if she's leading us to be sacrificed? Let's go back, guys. I mean, this place is messed up enough, even for you, Rose.
They think I'm something sacred, like a spirit their ancestors waited for. The tattoo, the crash, the timing, it all fits some old legend, I guess.
Yeah, plus those weird red-green eyes and your olive skin. I mean, you're also like goddess-level beautiful. Whoa, look at that!
We had arrived. In front of us was a hidden stash. Crates of food, piles of fruit, and even gold. Not a few coins, but full chunks and trinkets. All hoarded by the leader, probably taken from the people or gathered during raids. I wasn't even sure if he knew what gold was, or just kept it because it looked shiny.
We need to leave tonight. If we make it to the mainland, maybe we can bring help, especially if we tell them about this. Smart thinking showing us this spot, Huna.
Huna blushed, smiling shyly. Jessica rolled her eyes and ran toward the pile, stuffing gold into her pockets.
If I'm gonna die in the ocean, I might as well die rich.
I'm staying. I'll help these people, or die trying. Just then, I spotted something. Movement. A snake slithering behind Jessica. I lunged, grabbed it, and flung it into the woods. It was right behind you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, Rose.
I gave her a small, tired nod.
Come on, let's move. We've got some escaping to do.
Why are you so excited about this? You do realize it's not one of your yacht trips, right?
Yeah, and I was sent to jungle camps before I even learned how to shave. My dad called it
character building.
Character and mosquito bites.
We get it. You're rich but humble. Very Disney Prince of you. The three of us laughed, and we kept walking toward the shore. Are you guys sure about this?
More than ever. And I want to say something. I think I'm sorry for blaming you all these years. Look at me now, facing death and holding on to the thing that kept me bitter.
Great speech. Now let's move on, babe.
Don't babe me. I know you've been planning to leave me since forever. Just waited because you felt sorry for me. Pray I don't kill you on the way. Or maybe I will. Therapy is all about release, right?
Hey, Huna, take care, all right?
And then, to everyone's surprise, Huna hugged him.
What was that?
Seriously, what was that?
What can I say? Everyone loves me, tribal or not.
The next morning, I didn't wait for anyone to carry me out. I stepped out of my teepee on my own, hair tied up, eyes tired but clear. The sky was still gray with ash, but the smell of smoke had dulled overnight. All around me, people were back to working, repairing what they could with what little they had. They didn't look up when I passed. No one bowed. Maybe they were tired of pretending. Maybe I was too. I walked up to the group building a new shelter frame and rolled up my sleeves. Where do I start? Before anyone could answer, the leader stormed over, his expression tight.
Tako mohana, biki hana so.
He pointed toward my teepee. It was clear. He wanted me to go back, to sit on my chair, to play the part again. No, I'm not going back. He stepped closer, his eyes narrowing. You want a goddess? Fine. But what good is a goddess who sits around while her people rebuild the world? I'm not above them. I'm one of them. And if I stay, I help. He didn't answer, just stared for a long time. Then, without a word, he turned and walked away. That was the last time he tried to stop me. Over the next few days, I did everything I could. I carried water buckets on my back, helped tie wooden beams with vine rope. sat with the old women, and learned how they cooked with next to nothing. Huna showed me how to sharpen sticks into tools, and even taught me the word for thank you in their language. I said it a lot. Some of the villagers still looked at me with confusion, others with quiet surprise. But a few started nodding back, offering me fruit, smiling, just a little. It was a slow shift, but it was real. This is how freedom is made. Working together, sharing what we have. Don't you want to live in a place where we smile at each other as we pass, instead of hurrying away worried you might be punished? Where you get to choose your leaders, not fear them? I took Huna's hand and spun her around into a playful dance. She laughed, shy at first, then let herself enjoy it. Freedom doesn't mean chaos. It means you get to choose when to work, what to believe, who to follow. You don't have to give your food or your herbs or your memories to a god just to feel safe. You're already worthy. You're already free. You just forgot how to be. And then, on the 5th morning, I heard the sound. A low hum at first, then louder, unmistakable. A helicopter. I dropped the woven basket I was holding and ran. Others followed behind me, some hopeful, some scared. We burst out of the trees just in time to see it land in the open field beyond the village. Doors swung open. Medic stepped out first. Then 2 people ran past them. My dad and my mom. And behind him, her, my biological mother. I froze. She ran to me first, arms wide, eyes brimming.
Rose! Oh my God, Rose!
I let her hold me. She was shaking. I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. I just let her cry into my shoulder. Eventually, the rescue crew tried to approach the villagers. They offered help, food, clean water. Some of the villagers nodded politely, but backed away. Others disappeared into the trees. They didn't want saving, not from strangers. I didn't blame them. Before we left, the leader and Huna approached me one last time. I stepped forward and hugged her tightly, burying my face in her shoulder. Come with me. You don't have to stay here. You can go to school, dance when you feel like it, be away from him, be free. But she gently pulled away and gave me a small, sad smile before stepping back beside her father. I wanted to scream at her, tell her to run while she could, but I didn't, because deep down, I knew what it felt like to still need the person who failed you. I reached back into my bag and took out my mother's necklace. I pressed it into Huna's hand and closed her fingers around it. She blinked at me, stunned. It's yours now. The leader held something out, a single, rough chunk of gold. I stared at it for a long moment, then slipped it into my bag. I'd never say where it came from. Some things deserve to stay buried, but some people, even the broken ones, deserve the right to choose what freedom means to them.
Man, I'd kill to live this life. Freedom at its finest.
It all started with my grandpa, who built a robotics empire after falling for my grandma. My dad met my mom on a cruise. They had my siblings, both happily in love. And then there's me, the only single one, until they decided ChatGPT could replace a real boyfriend. Hi, I'm Alina, and I like to believe there's a perfect match for me. Probably because everyone in my family found theirs. My best friend Melissa, on the other hand, thinks I'll die alone in a garage full of cats.
You can't keep blaming your family for setting the bar too high. The problem is you.
Being picky is not a bad thing, okay? It's like finding the perfect shoe. Too tight, you'll get a blister. Too loose, you'll trip and break your neck. You get what I'm saying?
I get that you're a total psycho. You've turned down 4 guys this week and it's only Tuesday.
She wasn't entirely wrong, but it wasn't my fault all the guys at school were marshmallows. I wanted someone who'd fight for me, who'd cross rivers of lava just to get me McDonald's at 11 p.m. Meanwhile, Melissa would date literally anyone who asked.
You never know until you try.
So, yeah, I stayed single all through high school. And that final summer, while Melissa was off on endless dates, I was stuck in my room, dramatically sulking over my painfully single life. Then one night, Grandma walked into my room.
Come with me to the lab, love. I have something to show you.
The lab was a hidden underground room where my grandparents spent hours experimenting with tech. I loved visiting as a kid, until the day I tripped over some wires and crashed their entire system. That was the end of my lab visits. Until now. Everything looked the same. The massive metal door, the dim room packed with computers and blinking lights. And there, near a towering glass tank filled with swirling mist, stood Grandpa. What's going on?
We noticed you've been feeling down, so we made you something special.
With that, Grandpa scanned his eye into a console connected to the tank, and it hissed open. Inside stood a boy about my age, inhumanly beautiful, and it looked like he was sleeping. Oh my God, who is that? Wait, did you guys kidnap someone?
See, darling, I told you it looks real. Fantastic craftsmanship.
It? You mean that's not a real boy?
Alina, meet Zenith 0.1, or as we call him, Alan. Alan, introduce yourself to Alina.
Are you setting me up with freaking ChatGPT?
Greetings, Alina. I have been programmed for one primary function, to analyze and comprehend your heart, to serve as your greatest supporter, your trusted confidant, and to perceive every aspect of you, including your flaws, as beautiful.
Flaws? What flaws?
One super important thing, Alina. No one should ever find out that Alan is a robot. The tech used to build Alan is illegal. If anyone, especially Herman Robotics, finds out about him, we're in serious trouble. That company would stop at nothing to get their hands on him.
Wow, he's just so pretty.
Alina, did you listen to anything I said?
Yes, I heard you, Grandma. I won't tell anyone, jeez. Now, when do I get him all to myself? My grandparents told me that they had a few last-minute fixes to do, and the next morning, I found Alan standing next to my bed, smiling at me.
Good morning, Alina. My scans indicate you have entered the rapid eye movement stage of sleep exactly 32 minutes and 18 seconds ago.
You were watching me sleep? Don't do that. It's creepy.
Noted. Is there anything else you'd like me to do?
I'd love it if you talked like a normal guy.
Noted. Yo, babe, sup? Did you sleep good or whatever? By the way, you looking fire today. Wanna grab a ride?
Okay, no, stop. That's worse. Let's stick to whatever you were doing before. For the rest of the day, I had Alan all to myself. And it was kinda awesome. When I couldn't decide on breakfast, he whipped up the most beautiful smoothie bowl. When I struggled to pick a movie, he suggested a list of highly rated films. And when I got bored of staying home, he suggested we go out for a picnic. Everything was perfect. Until we got there and realized we hadn't brought any food. And then suddenly, Alan started unbuttoning his shirt. Alan, what are you doing? But when I opened my eyes again, I saw his chest opening up like a compartment to reveal a fridge where he stored all the food. How cool was that? The last week of summer flew by as Alan helped me finish my bucket list. Visiting the amusement park, trying desserts, and watching sunsets together. I was so used to Alan by now that it felt weird to go to school without him by my side.
There you are. Was beginning to wonder if someone abducted you, since you've barely answered my calls all summer.
You mean the 5 missed calls you've left me in 60 days?
Okay, fine. I was busy with Roderick. But we broke up. He has a very big head and very small feet. I should have walked away immediately, but... He got me that new harmonica bottle. The one with the harmonica cap?
Wait, you dated him because of a water bottle?
Not just a water bottle, Alina. A bottle and a built-in musical instrument. Hydration and entertainment. I was weak.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Now I'm single and hydrated and ready for your drama. Now you tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how boring was your summer?
Actually, I met someone.
You what? Who? Where? Is he cute? More importantly, why was I not informed?
His name's Alan, and he's, the son of the head of marketing at our company?
Are you asking or telling? Never mind. I want to know everything.
I showed Melissa some photos, and I just couldn't stop talking about him. And I thought Melissa was impressed. But during lunch, she came rushing to me with excitement.
Okay, Alan's great, but he's not officially your boyfriend, right?
No, but
Perfect, because there's this new guy, Mario. He's recently moved to town, and he's in my bio class. And guess what the first thing he asked me was?
if you wanted to go out with him?
No, dummy, he asked about you. I'm telling you, Alina, this guy is perfect for you. He's cute, funny, manly, literally everything you've ever wanted in a guy. He told me he wants to meet you, and I told him you already met someone, but he's persistent.
Meet me, like, now?
Yeah, if that's not too much of a problem.
I turned around and saw this really tall guy towering over me. Melissa introduced Mario to me and asked if he wanted to have lunch with us. And obviously, he accepted.
So, you're into robotics too? Melissa told me about your family business.
She's into fashion and makeup. Can't you tell by how gorgeous she is? I swear, her eyeliner skills are insane. She could do a perfect wing in like 3 seconds. It's basically her superpower.
Gee, thanks, Mel. I hope one day I can save the world with it. And Mario burst out laughing like I'd just cracked the funniest joke on the planet. He even joined us for our study session later and was so pushy with all his friendly questions that I barely got any of my homework done. Thankfully, when I got home, Alan was there to help. While Alan was steady and reassuring, Mario was relentless, and Melissa wasn't helping. She kept insisting he was good for me and started inviting him to everything. The cafeteria, breaks, the library. Mel, I love you, but you've got to stop shipping me with Mario. I'm not interested in him that way.
Then who are you interested in? Alan? Because in that case, why haven't I met him yet?
Because he's not... I think...
Blah, blah, blah. Excuses. Either introduce me to Alan or date Mario.
I knew Melissa wasn't going to let this go. So a couple of days later, I invited her to hang out with me and Alan in the mall. As soon as she saw Alan, her eyes went wild.
Wow, you're cute.
Hello to you too, Melissa. I've heard a lot about you.
Me too. Is he always this formal, Alina?
He's just really polite.
Politeness often leads to respectful conversations, but I can adapt to the tone you prefer.
It's cool.
We wandered around the mall shopping, and Melissa and I got caught up in non-stop laughter over school gossip. After an hour, she realized Alan hadn't picked out anything.
Alan, didn't you see anything you liked yet?
I was waiting for you to finish your conversation.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Well, you can pick something now.
Sure. Alina, what would you like me to wear?
Alan just stood there like a rock, waiting for my command. I awkwardly picked up a pair of blue jeans and a white t-shirt and gave it to him.
Isn't that a little boring?
No, Melissa. If Alina likes this, so do I. It's my job to keep her happy at all times.
I felt a little embarrassed that Alan had shut Melissa down so abruptly. There was really nothing I could do except smile. We just roamed around for a bit before pushing off home. And the next day at school, Melissa told me what she thought of Alan.
Isn't he just weird? He agrees with everything you say. And didn't you see how he shut me down when I was on his side?
He just really cares about me. And maybe it's hard for you to understand because you've only dated jerks.
What's that supposed to mean?
I didn't mean to be harsh, but it's not my fault that most of Melissa's boyfriends were selfish and Alan was kind and thoughtful. The tension lasted all day. And then Mario joined us at lunch. Perfect. He wouldn't stop talking and laughing, and Melissa joined in. My mood was a bit too sour to be part of their merrymaking, so I decided to leave.
Leaving so soon?
Let her be. She's just cranky because of that weird boyfriend of hers.
I felt mad that my best friend would say such a thing in front of someone I barely knew. So I ignored both of them and went home. I decided not to speak to Melissa for some time. But later that day, the doorbell rang, and Melissa walked in.
Hello, Melissa. What brings you here at this hour?
I need to talk to my best friend. Alone.
It's okay, Alan. You can leave us alone. And Alan nodded and left. Once we were alone, Melissa turned to me suspiciously.
Why is this boy always hovering around you, and why is he at your house so late? Your parents don't have a problem?
That's why you came here? To judge me more?
No, I came here to say that Alan's not good for you. He's too intense, and something about the way he talks is creepy. Take it from me, this boy is bad news.
Really? And who's good news? Mario? Who can't read the room and realize we're annoyed and not in the mood for his dumb jokes?
Oh my god, Alina, he was trying to cheer you up. Alan would have probably encouraged you to fight me right there on the cafeteria table.
That's not true. Alan's sweet and kind.
And acts like a freaking bot, unlike Mario, who's human.
Enough with Mario. I'm not interested. How many times do I have to say that? Before Melissa could say another word, Alan walked in looking angrier than I'd ever seen him and grabbed Melissa's arm.
You need to leave now, Melissa.
Let me go.
But Alan just opened the door and escorted her out. I was so angry, I stormed to my room, and Alan walked in right behind me.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I don't understand why Mel is so pushy about Mario. Why can't she just let me be? She thinks she's so much better than me because she's been on a million dates, but she conveniently forgets that every single one of them ends in disaster. So maybe she's not as smart as she thinks she is.
If dating is so terrible, why do you want to do it?
Because that's just how it works, Alan. People just want love.
Huh. Interesting.
Ugh, she is so annoying.
Does she bother you that much?
Yes, I don't want her to talk to me ever again. For the next few days, Melissa just ignored me completely. Fine, I didn't care. I had Alan. I spent my breaks texting him, and he was always spot on with his replies. After school, we hung out, but his endless nodding and smiling started to feel empty. I missed Melissa, and I tried apologizing, but she wouldn't respond. We'd fought before, but usually we'd scream at each other, then 5 minutes later, she'd send me a meme and it'd be over. But this felt different. I felt really down one day, so when Alan asked me if I was okay, I simply burst out crying. Melissa just won't talk to me. Yeah, I said some things, but we always say things when we fight. Why is she dragging this out so much?
Because I told her to never speak to you again.
You did what?
I asked Melissa to...
Yeah, I heard that. But why?
You told me you don't want to speak to her again.
Oh my god, Alan! I said that because I was angry. Don't you get that?
I understand. But my system prioritizes your desires above all else. And you said...
I can't believe how stupid I was. Go! And don't come back! Alan looked confused, not moving from his spot.
Why?
Why? Do you not understand how serious what you did was?
But that's what you asked for. I did what you wanted. I didn't want to...
Alan, do your job properly. Put my desires above all and just leave me alone.
Understood.
Slowly, Alan stood up and walked away. And now, I was truly alone. I had to talk to someone about this, so I decided to tell Grandma what Alan had done, hoping to get some advice.
Oh, wow. He's smarter than we thought.
Well, his smartness cost me my friendship.
No, darling. You lost your friend because you chose perfection over real human connection. Alan follows your commands because that's what he's designed to do. But you can't expect real people to fit into your world perfectly. You have to meet them halfway.
I know, but Alan's the kind of guy I've always wanted. He's perfect. Like Grandpa is perfect for you. Dad is perfect for Mom. Why can't I have someone like that?
When I started working with your grandpa, he couldn't stand me. Neither could anyone else in the lab. They didn't think women belonged there. It took years to prove myself, and forgiving him was another journey. And your mom was tough to live with. Your dad spent years adjusting to her temperament. We've all struggled, sweetie. No one's perfect. That's what makes us human.
Grandma was right. And the next day at school, I walked into class thinking I'd talk to Melissa and fix things. But seeing her with her new boyfriend only made me more sad. She didn't need me. And I was ready to leave when Mario stepped in my way.
You look sad. Let me guess. Your boyfriend did something again?
I'm not sad. And Alan's not my boyfriend. Not anymore, that's for sure.
Great. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, there's this cute ice cream place that serves the best sundaes. No pressure, but I have a feeling you could use some company right now.
I did need a distraction, so I agreed. And to my surprise, it wasn't so bad. He was funny, sharp-witted, and surprisingly easy to talk to. The more time I spent with Mario, the more I found myself enjoying his company. And I started thinking we could be more than just friends. Until things started to get a little creepy. He kept asking about my grandparents, how they started their business, whether they were still inventing new technology, and if we could visit their labs. And weirdly enough, he was super curious about Alan.
So, is Alan from this town?
Nope.
Then how did you guys meet?
Through my parents.
Do you have some pictures of the two of you? I don't have a social media account, so I haven't really seen how he looks.
Why do you care so much?
I don't. I'm just curious.
Well, if you're so interested in Alan, maybe I can set you two up on a date.
You're funny.
Mario's behavior seemed really off. So one night, I decided to do some online digging. He didn't have any social media accounts, but after some searching, I finally found an old newspaper article. Turns out, Mario's full name was Mario Herman, and he was the future heir of Herman Robotics, the same company Grandma had warned me about. So that's why he was so curious about Alan. He knew he was a robot. That was the only possible explanation. I rushed to the basement. I had to make sure Alan was well guarded now that I knew what Mario was really after. But when I went down, Alan wasn't around. I searched the whole house, even spoke to the servants, but no one had a clue. I was losing my mind when I got a call from Melissa. Melissa?
Hey, come and get your creepy boyfriend.
He's in my house forcing me to meet you because
Your emotional stability is his #1 priority.
Oh my god. Just please sit tight. I'll be right there.
You better, or I will hit him with a frying pan.
I strongly advise against that, Melissa. My exterior casting is tough. Your fry pan will sustain irreparable damage.
You see what I mean? He's crazy.
I immediately rushed to Melissa's house, which was just a few blocks away. I barged into her room, and there, in the middle, stood Alan looking confused. I stepped toward him and reached into my pocket, pulled out the key, and inserted it into the small slot on his back. In an instant, Alan shut down.
What was that? What did you do to him?
Nothing. He's just resting.
That's it. I'm calling the cops.
No, wait! Melissa, let me explain. I told Melissa everything about Alan, how he was a robot and how my grandparents made him for me, and Melissa just looked shocked.
He's a robot? How? He looks so real.
Yes, and I thought I could control him, but clearly I was wrong. But the worst part is Mario. I gave him a chance, but I've just found out he's about to inherit our rival company, Herman Robotics. He was using me to get to Alan. I'm sure of it.
No wonder he was so persistent about meeting you. Ugh, I'm so sorry, Alina. I shouldn't have pushed you so hard to go out with that weirdo.
It's okay. You didn't know. But now, I have a plan, and I need you.
Whatever it is, I'm in.
I gave Melissa a rundown of our plan, and she loved the idea. We needed a boy to help us out, and she convinced her boyfriend to be a part of it. The next day, we got to work. Mask, makeup, colored lenses, and clothes that made Melissa's boyfriend look almost too perfect to be human. Once everything was in place, we set the plan in motion.
Morning, beautiful. Is everything okay?
Not really, no. It's Alan. He wants to get back with me, but I told him that I like you. And now, he's mad. He says he wants to fight you, but I don't think you should. Instead of looking concerned, Mario's smirk only deepened. This was perfect for him. A chance to finally face Alan in person.
You think I'm scared of him? When does he want to meet? I'll be there.
He's waiting for us in the school courtyard. But please, Mario, don't go.
Don't try to stop me.
Mario puffed out his chest and marched toward the courtyard, and I ran after him. As soon as we reached the courtyard, I pointed to the bench where Melissa's boyfriend sat posing as Alan.
I know what you are.
A guy trying to read in peace.
Oh, you think you can fool me, you freak of nature? Get up and fight me. Let's see what's under this sleeve. I bet everyone here would love to see some gears and wires.
Dude, let go.
But Mario kept tugging at his sleeve, trying to rip his shirt. Just then, a big burly guy stepped in. Mario's brother. I recognized him from the newspaper article.
So, this is the robot you were talking about. Looks pretty real to me.
And now he's ours.
They lunged at Melissa's boyfriend, but he broke free and sprinted toward the cafeteria.
Someone call security!
Mario and his brother chased him into the cafeteria, and Melissa and I went running after. Just as we arrived, Mario hurled a chair at Melissa's boyfriend, and it crashed into a vending machine, sending a loud crack through the room. And all the students froze in place. Mario, stop! You're gonna hurt someone!
Someone? Or your precious robot? I know your family's dirty little secret. My family moved me to your school. Herman Robotics is done being second place to you freaks!
Have you lost it completely? He's not a robot!
Shut up, Alina. My parents have been watching you. I know your grandparents developed this robot in their secret lab using illegal technology and named him Alan. You think I was following you around because I liked you? Get real. Listen up, everyone. Alina's family's crazy. They built this life-size robot because their precious little girl is too dumb to find a real boyfriend. And this is just a prototype. They are building an army of robots using illegal tech so one day they would take over the whole town. Let me show you.
With that, Mario marched over to Melissa's boyfriend and started twisting the top of his head like he was trying to open a jar of jam.
Ow, ow, ow!
Hey, that's enough. You're hurting him.
How the heck is that a robot if he's literally bleeding? Cut it out with this dumb joke already!
Mario spun around, ready to yell at that guy, and Melissa's boyfriend seized the opportunity to break free. He stumbled to the ground, wincing in pain, while a group of guys rushed over to help him up. Melissa immediately ran to his side. The entire cafeteria erupted as people started throwing accusations at Mario and his brother. They desperately tried to defend themselves, insisting, over and over, that it was really a robot. But at this point, no one was buying it. Meanwhile, I sent a quick message to the principal explaining what was happening. And minutes later, he walked in, followed by 2 police officers.
What's going on here?
Sir, this guy is assaulting my friend. He pushed him and started telling everyone that he's a robot.
That's a lie! Sir, Alina's family has a robot in their basement that looks like a man. They built it using illegal technology. They tricked me into thinking their friend was the robot.
Mario, what nonsense! Do you hear yourself?
You have to believe me.
But the principal asked the officers to arrest Mario and his brother for assault and then kick them off school property.
It's not my fault. Mario's got problems. He's on meds for his head.
I'm not crazy. This whole school is insane.
I hesitantly walked over to Melissa and her boyfriend, a little worried. What if I went too far? What if he actually got hurt? But before I could say anything, Melissa turned to me with a very weird look on her face.
Alina? I don't think this is my boyfriend.
Excuse me? What now? Melissa's boyfriend lifted his head and looked right at me. Now that I was this close, I could clearly see no wig, no contacts. It was Alan himself. Alan? But you were in pain. We all saw it.
Was it convincing? I tried to use everyday language that a teenager would use to fit in, but my calculations suggested I may have overestimated the appropriate pain response. As for the blood, I synthesized it myself and applied it to my hand.
Why are you here?
After you returned me to the lab last night and your grandparents started me up again, someone attempted to hack into my system multiple times. They failed, of course, but based on this, I deduced that their real target was either you or your family. Upon further research, I identified the source, Herman Robotics. More specifically, Mario Herman. And I know you don't want to see me anymore, but I was worried about you. I wanted to protect you, Alina.
Melissa was gazing at Alan with literal sparkles in her eyes, like he was a puppy who had just successfully learned his first trick. I was feeling a little emotional, too. How can he be capable of feeling or wanting something? Out of literally nowhere, Melissa's actual boyfriend appeared, out of breath and looking frantic.
I'm here! I made it in time, right? I couldn't get the contact lenses in by myself. What?
I dropped Alan back home and gave my grandparents the full rundown of what happened with Mario and his brother. Naturally, they were furious, but keeping Alan's true identity a secret was more important. So they decided not to go to the police.
Well, at least Alan was there to protect you. I wonder how he got that idea.
That's what was weird. Alan said he was worried about me. He wanted to protect me.
I can erase my progress if you're not happy with it. But personally, I kind of like to keep it.
No, Alan. Sweetie, absolutely not. This is a scientific breakthrough. Do you realize how big this is? This is Nobel Prize material.
After that, Alan practically lived in the lab. Grandma and Grandpa's greatest project. He became family, loved by all. I missed having him to myself, but I had bigger problems, like surviving Melissa's matchmaking. Ever since I was a toddler, I had a hearing impairment that forced me to wear this really awkward device over my left ear. My parents told me I could never take it out, that it would be dangerous if I did. And as I entered tweenhood, I really wanted to.
Paging Agent Ashley, do you copy?
Molly, the class clown, was also the class bully. She would come up and tap on my hearing device.
I said, Ashley, come in. We have a breach of security.
The class would laugh at her shameless harassment, and the teachers were afraid to stand up to her. They didn't want to get roasted after all. My home life wasn't much better. Mom and Dad were always fighting, and it always seemed like it was about me.
How was school today, honey? Is that horrible girl still making fun of you?
I was still too busy stabbing my peas with a fork to respond. I really wasn't in the mood.
Ashley, I said how was school? Did you hear me?
Of course she heard you. She can hear. She's just in one of her moods.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to connect with our daughter.
Well, maybe you should give her some space. All your suffocating isn't helping.
Ugh! I wish I couldn't hear you both! I yanked the device out of my ear for the first time ever and was met with a piercing, ringing sound that I can only imagine feels like what a dog hears when someone blows a dog whistle.
Honey, no!
Mom and Dad rushed over and shoved the device back in my ear. I nearly passed out from the pain of the noise. When I came to, I was in shock. What was that?
That's what happens when you don't listen to us. That device is there to protect you. Don't try that again.
Protect me from what, though? Hearing loss? Something felt off. But I didn't dare remove the device again. I didn't have many friends, but my parents got me this harmonica bottle. Despite my hearing issues, blowing into the harmonica cap and playing a tune with every sip brought me joy. I know it's a small thing, but isn't life all about the little moments that make us happy? Check out the link in the description. When I got to high school, Mom forced me to join an extracurricular in the hopes I would make friends. So I joined the soccer team, the only sport I was remotely good at. But I didn't realize Molly was on the team. She would tease me for any mistakes I made.
Hey, Trashly, can you turn off your music and focus on scoring a single goal?
During our penultimate season game against our biggest rival, I was so scared that I would mess up and Molly would never let me hear the end of it. We were a point away from winning. The defense was tight. I had no idea Molly was planning to pass me the ball.
Ashley, get open!
She kicked the ball midair, and I tried to chest bump it, but instead, I fell flat on my chest, losing us the game.
I thought that thing was supposed to help you here.
I couldn't take it anymore. I stood up and kicked the soccer ball straight to her head. I heard you loud and clear. Bam! The soccer ball hit her smack in the face. Fuming, she charged at me. She tackled me to the ground, and then I felt her yanking on my hearing device.
Give me that thing!
Stop! Don't! Help! I need help! But before anyone could save me, She pulled out the device and chucked it across the field. That brutal, painful ringing started reverberating again. It sent shockwaves through my head and my body. I fell to my knees and screamed in agony. And then, silence. Total, utter silence. I opened my eyes, stunned by the scene in front of me. No one was moving. Everyone was frozen in place. The Rev had his hand around Molly's wrist, trying to restrain her. But why was no one moving? Hello? Guys? Guys? What is happening? The thing is, I could hear myself screaming, perfectly clear, even without the hearing aid. I scanned the field for my device and found it in the goalpost. I fashioned it back into my ear and was met with that piercing ringing again. But this time, when I opened my eyes, everyone was moving again. Molly was being apprehended by the ref, getting dragged off the field. And hovering above me was a boy my age from the opposing team. I thought he was going to say something snarky, but instead he offered me his hand.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh, weird. Looks like you got your device back. Huh. Anyway, I know what it's like to be bullied. I'm Jasper, by the way.
He had these really weird-looking sunglasses secured to his head with a metal wire.
I can't take them off, or something about the sun. I don't know. Just stay strong and don't let it get to you. What they see as your biggest weakness could be your biggest strength.
My biggest strength? Okay, there was totally something my parents weren't telling me. I mean, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but something connected to the device seemed to stop time. When I got home, I thought about telling my parents what I had experienced, but I had no idea how they'd react, and I wanted to be sure first. So, I did a little experiment at dinner.
Your coach called. Apparently you got into a little tussle with that girl Molly. I'm going to call her mother. Enough is enough.
Oh, come on. You think that's what Ashley needs? Her mother interfering? Like that's gonna make school easier for her?
Would you rather she get tormented every day?
I rushed away from the dinner table and locked myself in the bathroom. I couldn't listen to them bicker anymore. I yanked out my earpiece, ready to face that dreadful ringing. When it was over and I opened my eyes, all was silent. The shrill sound of my parents screaming was gone. I was nervous to go back to the kitchen, a million thoughts running through my head. But when I arrived at the dinner table, my parents were right where I left them. My mom's fork waving at Dad, spaghetti sauce all over Dad's face. Then I realized I couldn't hear the traffic outside, or the baby next door crying, or the wind. I stepped outside to find that I had frozen the entire neighborhood. What if I had caused a catastrophe? I needed to get to the lookout in town to see how far my, quirk extended. My neighbor was frozen on his bicycle and I needed transportation. I snapped a photo of him with my phone so I could put him right back where I found him. Then I picked him up and set him gently on the sidewalk. I hopped on his bike and pedaled to the overlook where I could see all the way out to the water. I looked out onto the horizon, desperately searching for any sign of movement. The river didn't even look like it was flowing. But then I spotted something. A fisherman waiting in the water, reeling his fishing rod. Whew. I didn't know if I could handle the responsibility of freezing the entire world. I needed to get home and search for answers. But as I turned around, I noticed a row of cars parked. I peered through the windows and saw my classmates making out. Well, frozen mid-makeout. I thought the makeout spot was a total myth. The last thing I needed right now was another reminder of how abnormal I was. I'd never kissed anyone. Then, in one of the cars, I saw a familiar mop of blonde hair against one of the windows. It was Molly, and in the passenger seat was Jasper. What the heck? I had no idea they even knew each other. The guy who saved me from my bully looked like he was mid-arguing with her. Were they dating? Breaking up? I was suddenly filled with rage. I had to do something. I saw a lizard on the ground, picked it up, and dumped it into the crack in the window onto her lap. Then I hid behind a tree, put my hearing device back in, and watched her totally freak out. Ah! She jumped out of the car, frantic. Ew, ew, ew! I couldn't help but laugh to myself. I suddenly felt powerful. This wasn't a quirk. It was a strength. Oh shoot, totally forgot to return the bike. I sped home, leaving the bike right where I found it. When I got home, my parents were livid.
Where were you? We were terrified. We didn't even hear you leave.
Sweetie, it's fine. She's home now. You don't have to hover so much.
I just went for a bike ride to clear my head, to get away from your arguing. I locked myself in my room, wishing there was a way I could use my powers to make my parents get along. I thought maybe I could, by becoming the social, well-adjusted daughter they'd always wanted. So, I started scheming. First, I would stop time so I could make friends. While I was at my locker, I overheard some cool alternative girls talking about a birthday celebration.
The party was fun, but no one got me the electronic baby doll I've wanted since I was a kid. I know I'm grown now, but I've been talking about it forever. It's like my dream gift.
I took my earpiece out, suffered through the familiar pain, and sprang into action. I dashed out of school, biked to the nearest toy store, and hunted down the electronic baby doll. Taking a deep breath, I put my earpiece back in, walked up to the group, and smiled. Hey, Bryn! I know yesterday was your birthday, and I saw the general invite. I couldn't make it, but here's a little something for you.
Oh my god, no way! An electronic baby doll?
Yep, she pees and poos.
Exactly what I wanted. You're amazing. Give me a hug, dude.
I invited Bryn and her crew over to watch a movie, and I could hear Mom and Dad talking about me from the other room.
I'm so relieved she's finally made friends.
Now, if only she could get her grades up.
Sure thing, Dad.
Okay, time's up. Ashley, walk me through the problem.
I was notoriously horrible at algebra, so I thought I'd buy myself some time. The problem? Well, that's easy. I took my earpiece out, time froze, and then I casually walked over to the smartest girl in the room's desk and copied her notes. I walked back to my seat, put my earpiece back in, and to isolate the variable, first, subtract 5 from both sides of the equation, simplifying 2x plus 5 minus 5 equals 15 minus 5 to 2x equals 10.
Oh, great work.
She's cheating!
Uh-oh. Did Molly somehow see me?
Someone's feeding her answers through her earpiece.
Nope. Still just bullying me. But I had an idea for revenge. At our final season-ending soccer game, as Molly was winding up to kick the ball for an easy goal, I froze time. She was halted mid-kick. Then, I moved the ball slightly to the right. When I unfroze and she kicked, yeah! She fell straight onto her butt, missing the ball completely. Her face turned beet red. Might want to check your eyesight.
I swear I had that!
And even though it was causing me immense pain to keep freezing time, it was worth it just to see Molly's face when I froze the field, moved the goalpost over ever so slightly, pivoted the goalie, unfroze time, and scored the winning goal! The crowd went wild! All of my teammates lifted me up in celebration, while Molly was pouting off to the side. And after the excitement settled, I saw Jasper making his way toward me.
Wow, amazing performance.
I didn't know you'd be here.
Yeah, my best friend plays on the other team. Hopefully he'll forgive me for talking to the enemy. Hey, do you want to hang out later?
I blinked. Seriously? From the corner of my eye, I saw Molly staring daggers at us. You're not dating her?
Molly? Ha! No, I'm not dating Molly.
I hesitated. I saw...
What? What did you see?
Never mind. There was an awkward pause, and I needed to do something. So I grabbed my harmonica bottle and took a sip. Then, without thinking, I blew into the cap. A loud, unexpected whistle echoed through the field. Jasper jumped.
Did your water bottle just make a sound?
For some reason, I decided to play along, acting just as surprised as him. Maybe I wanted to share the excitement, or maybe I was just really nervous. I blinked down at it, then tried again. A perfect little tune played from the cap. No way! Jasper grinned.
Okay, that's actually awesome. Where do you even find something like that?
It was a gift, but you can totally get one too. Amazon links in the description. Jasper shook his head, amused.
All right. So, is that a yes?
Yes!
Awesome! I'll pick you up in an hour. We can go to the lookout point.
I nodded, still holding my harmonica bottle like it had just revealed a secret superpower. Because apparently, it kind of had. I think I visibly gulped. The lookout point? Could this be it? My first kiss? But I was getting ahead of myself. First, I had to finish my take-home algebra test. There was no way I could do it in an hour, so I improvised a little. The janitor had the master key to every room in the school, so when I saw him in the hallways, I just casually froze time and unclasped the keys from his belt. But this time, the pain in my ear was really bad. I had to act quick. I unlocked the teacher's office, carefully searching for the test results, making sure not to move things too badly. Finally, I found it, but just as I was taking photos of the answers, my ears started ringing piercingly loud. I collapsed onto the desk, trying to withstand the pain, but I accidentally knocked the teacher's mug over, spilling old coffee all over the test. I ran out of the office, locked the door, and clasped the keys back onto the janitor's belt before I fell again. Then I put my earpiece back in and fled the school before anyone saw me. I got home and waited for Jasper to pick me up, but he never showed. I'd been stood up. Go figure. Furious, I borrowed my neighbor's bike to the lookout, and there Jasper was, wearing his sunglasses at night, sitting on the ridge, desperately clasping Molly's hand. Oh, hey Jasper. So, you stood me up for Molly? Awesome. Wait, are you guys in on this together? Trying to humiliate me?
Ashley, no! That's not what this is!
Then what is it? What are you really hiding behind your sunglasses? You said you were sensitive to the sun. Well, it's nighttime.
Leave us alone, freak.
Gah. I yanked my earpiece out when the coast was clear and pulled Jasper's sunglasses down from his face. But suddenly, I felt someone's hand grab my wrist. It was Jasper's. Startled, I quickly pushed his glasses back over his face. His hand fell limp. Had he unfrozen? Shoot. When I was safely down the hill, I unfroze everything. I'd almost given myself away today. I was getting too careless. I needed to know what was wrong with me before something disastrous happened. So that night, while my parents were sleeping, I sort of froze time to make sure they wouldn't wake up, and I did some digging. In my dad's office, I was shocked to find adoption papers from when I was 3 years old. I couldn't believe it. I only had more questions. The next morning, Mom stormed into my room, livid.
Ashley, the school said they caught you sneaking into your teacher's office. Someone spilled coffee on the test answers. What were you thinking?
I just wanted to do well in school so I didn't disappoint you and Dad.
Well, this is disappointing. I said you were putting too much pressure on her.
And your backseat parenting method is really working, huh?
Guys, stop! I know the truth. You can stop fighting.
What are you talking about?
That I was adopted? Did you know about my power? What happens when I take this out? My parents went silent, and I hadn't even stopped time. Guys!
It's, complicated. Why don't you sit down?
You did know! Seriously? Am I some sort of science experiment?
Honey.
Don't come near me. I couldn't even trust my own parents. I needed to know the truth. And it seemed only Jasper might have the answers. I ran out the front door when it occurred to me I had no idea where Jasper lived. Before I reached the end of the road, someone was flashing their headlights at me.
Honey, we'll explain. Just come home.
I started running faster and faster, with Mom tailing behind. Out of breath, I pulled my earpiece out. But amidst the chaos, I dropped it on the road, and then I heard a crunch. Mom's car had stopped, but my hearing device had been crushed. Underneath the front wheel of her car, it was completely destroyed. I desperately tried putting it back into my ear. Come on. But it wasn't working. Time wouldn't start up again. I had to find Jasper, fast. He wasn't at the lookout, so I went to Molly's house. She was sitting on her porch, crying. I pulled her phone out of her pocket and set it in front of her face to unlock it. There was about 20 missed calls from Jasper. I found his address in her contacts, grabbed my bike, and rushed over there. When I arrived at his house, I was stunned. It was basically a shed. I squeezed through the window to find Jasper alone on his couch, frozen in place as he was holding a photo of himself as a child, surrounded by a huge family. I ran to him and removed his glasses, and he unfroze.
Huh? Ashley, is that you? What are you doing here? What's going on?
I ran outside to see if anything was moving, but time was still frozen. Can you freeze time too?
Huh?
I grabbed his hand and took him outside to show him. Dead silence. Birds frozen in the sky. But Jasper didn't seem surprised.
Oh, wow. I had a feeling you had it too. I haven't met anyone with...
What? What's happening? Why did you stand me up for Molly? Does she know?
Ashley, I am so sorry. I didn't stand you up. I was scared. Molly is just a former friend who's been making me do stuff for her since she found out about my secret. But it's little stuff, harmless, like making her prom queen and voted most lovable in the middle school yearbook. Basically, buying her popularity.
What was happening the night I saw you on the bench?
I was pleading with her not to spill my secret. I said I didn't want to help her cheat or hack into her ex's phone and sabotage him. You were born October 4th, right?
Yeah?
Me too. And a handful of others. Anyone in that nursery that day was exposed to some weird chemical that gave us this power to freeze time. These glasses prevent that. Your hearing aid. When my parents found out, they used me. They threatened to expose me, take me to the government or whatever if I didn't do what they asked. I helped them steal and cheat people and get rich. I don't want to hurt anyone, but it seems everyone keeps hurting me.
I get that. My parents never even told me I was adopted, and I had to find out about my power on my own. They told me I had hearing issues.
It sounds like they were just trying to protect you. I ran away when I was 14, and I have been on my own ever since. It's been excruciating being alone, but now I found you.
Jasper was right. My parents were probably just trying to protect me from the world. It's what they must have been fighting about all this time. I need to save my parents. How do we reverse this?
Now that we know the truth about each other, we don't have to. We can get out of this town now. Wherever we are, we'll have the power. And once we are far enough, the town and your parents will unfreeze and go back to normal.
It didn't sound half bad, but I couldn't just run from my problems forever. No, I'm sick of manipulating things. Making you like me because I cheated at soccer, making friends because they think I have cool interests, taking shortcuts. It's all a lie.
I don't like you because you won at soccer. I like you because you have a pure, genuine heart. I felt I could trust you the moment I met you.
If that's true, then help me, please. We have to start time again without running away. And these powers, they need to end. I saw him turn away from me. He looked conflicted.
There is a way. My parents made me freeze time and steal a master device from the lab where your hearing device and my glasses were made. They just wanted as much control over my power as they could have. I took it with me when I ran away from home. Activating the master device will restart time, but it will overpower our devices, making them useless, which means I'll lose my powers. Then I'd just be normal.
Jasper, there's nothing normal about you. If our powers were in the wrong hands, imagine. But we got them, and it led us to each other. Isn't that enough? Jasper didn't seem so sure, so I did it. I faced my fears, leaned in, and kissed him. And it was super awkward. We both chuckled. See, doesn't it feel nice to be generic? We're just like every other awkward teenager. He kissed me back. And this time, it felt anything but normal. It was magical.
Not so normal, huh? Okay, Ashley. Just promise me we can face this world together.
No matter what.
There's just one thing I think we should do first.
Together, we snuck into the school and tied up some loose ends. Then, Jasper took out the master device and activated it. Suddenly, things started to move slowly again. He dropped it to the ground and stomped on it, then threw his glasses on the ground and stepped on them too. I joined him till we smashed them to bits, and everything around us was in motion as usual. Oh, thank goodness. When I got home, My parents were sitting at the kitchen table, holding hands.
Honey! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're safe. This is all your fault, Joe. If you hadn't...
Stop! Stop blaming each other. I know everything. I know you've both been arguing about how to keep me safe. I just want to know, how come you adopted me?
Your birth mom gave you up for adoption when she found out you were different. She was scared. We were competing with another family, a corrupt family, to adopt you so we could protect you.
Shoot. Tears were welling up in my eyes. The best way you can protect me is by being nice to each other.
We just have different ideas about what's best.
And at the end of the day, I appreciate it. I was lucky to be raised by both of you, but I've decided what's best for myself. I saw my parents link arms in anticipation. I destroyed my earpiece.
You what?
I just want to be normal, with all the pain and beauty that comes with it. My parents clasped hands. I thought they'd be pissed, but instead, they scooped me into a hug.
That makes me so happy to hear.
Me too.
For the first time, it felt like we were all united. Shortly after, Jasper and I started to date. And even though we couldn't freeze time, it seriously felt like time was frozen whenever I'd look into his eyes. I know, so sappy. Don't worry, my mischievous spirit didn't die overnight. That sneaking into the school charade we pulled before smashing his glasses?
This year's homecoming queen is Ashley!
What? Jasper? Catalina, we saved you a seat. Oh my god, girl, your outfit is everything.
But I wasn't stupid. I knew people loved having me around for the perks. VIP party invites, entry to the best clubs, Instagram clout. But none of them were actually my friends. The only real friend I had was Mike. He was my neighbor, and since he was a couple of years older, he took it upon himself to be my life coach.
If you know people are hanging out with you just to ask favors, why are you friends with them?
Because I'm 18 and I need company? And you're one to talk. Remember how you straightened your hair every day just because Brittany liked it? You looked like a malnourished raccoon.
And I don't want you making the same mistakes I did. Be better.
But it was my last summer break of high school, and I did not want to spend it alone. So I impulsively invited my entire class to a Billie Eilish concert happening that weekend. But the tickets were all sold out. So of course, I knew what I had to do. Dad, it's an emergency. Billy's having a concert, and I need...
Catalina, we're in the middle of a meeting. You can wait outside, and I'll be right...
But I'd already zoned out, because my eyes were glued to the most gorgeous boy ever. Dark, slightly messy hair, sleeves rolled up showing his veiny arms, jawline sharp enough to cut diamonds. Perfection.
Mr. Cortez, if this isn't a good time...
Oh, please, don't stop on my account. I'm Catalina, by the way. You know, the Cortez heiress. Vogue teen cover last month. 12 million followers. You must have seen my TikTok series, Rich Girl Problems. It's been trending this past week.
My bad. I must have missed it while reading something... meaningful. Now, Mr. Cortez, if we could return to discussing the initiative for underprivileged schools...
And he went back to his presentation, ignoring me like I was a housefly. Usually I'd throw some kind of tantrum for attention. But for once, I sat my butt down and listened. His name was Adrian Carter, and he was pitching a tech-based education platform for low-income schools. Custom tablets, AI tutoring, skill-building modules. It all sounded pretty cool.
The idea is impressive, Carter. As you may know, I'm running for mayor this year, and something like this could really benefit the campaign and the community. So, if you can give me a number, we can talk about ownership.
Respectfully, sir, I'm not looking to sell. I worked hard to build this from the ground up. Now I'm finally ready to scale it. So I'm looking for an investor who believes in my mission, not a buyout. This means more to me than a few zeros in my account.
That was the first time I'd ever heard somebody say no to Dad, and no to money. I was super curious about Adrian, so I stalked him online that night. Orphaned at 12, MIT graduate on full scholarship, and a self-made tech CEO before 23? He was quite the guy. And super fit too. So early the next morning, I went straight to the park where he jogged every day. Oh, hi there!
Miss Cortez, what are you doing here?
Jogging, of course. And please, call me Catalina. Miss Cortez sounds like I'm about to sell you essential oils. Do you come here often?
Yes, but I've never seen you here before.
Oh, that's because I run really fast. Like, blink and you miss it fast. I can show you. I started sprinting across the field, only to trip over a root 10 seconds in. Adrian ran over to help me.
Looks like you might have a sprained ankle. Can you walk?
Depends. Would you carry me if I can't?
What?
I'm joking. Although I think I am a bit dizzy. Would you mind grabbing some breakfast with me? Also, I'm very persuasive. I bet I can convince Daddy to invest in your project.
Thanks, but I don't need any favors. I'll book you a cab. I'm running late for something important.
The more he ignored me, the more I wanted his attention. So I pulled a few strings and ended up crashing his charity gala. But he was so busy with the guests, he barely looked my way. Then I casually showed up at his favorite coffee spot, but he just grabbed his latte and bolted before I could even say hi. I even went to his office once, but his secretary told me he wasn't around. Liar. He hates me, Mike. No, worse. He's repelled by me.
Yeah, totally weird he doesn't like stalkers. Why are you so obsessed with this guy anyway?
I wouldn't say obsessed. It's just that he doesn't care my name is Cortez. He's definitely not scared of my dad. And he wants to change the world. He's different, Are you even listening to me? Who are you texting?
Sorry. Daddy issues.
You're talking to your dad? What's going on? You've been really distracted lately.
It's nothing. Look, Adrian is a self-made guy, and you need to show him that you're more than just Daddy's spoiled little princess.
That's when it hit me like a pair of Louboutins in the face. Daddy's turning 50 next weekend, Mike.
Okay, and?
Every year on his birthday, he picks up one passion project to fund. What if this year, I pitch an education foundation for kids who can't afford school? That'll impress Adrian.
Fantastic idea. Except you know nothing about education, or kids, or foundations.
Please. How hard can it be figuring that out? Turns out, a lot. I had to go through government policy websites, read reports, and understand things like grants. Mike helped, of course. And by the end of the week, I had a fully fleshed out plan, which I presented on Dad's birthday. And everyone was impressed by how solid it looked, including Adrian.
That was impressive. I didn't think you'd be that passionate about children's education.
What? Of course I love children and education. Everyone needs school, right? You don't want to turn out stupid. Anyway, want to dance? But just as our hands touched, Dad's chauffeur walked in carrying a huge box. He gave it to me along with a note. To the elites who take an act without thinking, here's something you can't ignore. This child is your responsibility now. Huh? I lifted the lid and, oh my God, it's a baby! The room exploded with gasps and camera flashes. Dad was immediately on the phone, talking furiously to someone, and I handed the baby to the nearest staff member and walked over to Adrian. Wow, that was unexpected. Anyway, where were we?
Aren't you gonna address the fact that there's an abandoned baby in the middle of the room?
Oh, don't worry about that. It's probably one of Dad's exes trying to get attention. The lawyers will take it away and handle it.
Are you serious? You talk about helping kids, and then a real child shows up and your first instinct is to hand him off like some lost package?
What else am I supposed to do?
Anything's better than dumping him on your lawyers who will eventually just dump him at an orphanage. You wouldn't know how it feels to grow up thinking no one wants you, but I've been that kid.
Excuse me? I grew up without a mother too.
Then how is it so easy for you to abandon a kid? Never develop something called empathy, I guess?
I looked at the baby. Tiny, helpless, and something inside me just snapped. Fine then. I'm going to look after the baby till we find his real mom.
Are you trying to crack jokes now?
No, I'm not. I will look after that child by myself. I know what it feels like to be left behind, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, especially not a baby. But if I do this successfully, you'll publicly admit that you're just a judgmental buttface who was entirely wrong about me.
Great, but when you fail, which you will, you'll admit how you're nothing but a shallow, entitled princess. And you'll move to a developing country for a year, without your money.
Easy. Anything else?
Yeah, I don't trust you to actually do the work. You'll probably hire someone and fake it, so you're moving into my house.
I'm not a liar.
Then it shouldn't be a problem.
Fine, but I'm bringing my own bedding. And that's how I ended up in Adrian's penthouse. Dad, of course, hated the idea. But I made him see how this could work in our favor. The press would see how the Cortez family was stepping up and caring about the baby until the mother was found. And once the mom reappeared, we could just pay her off quietly to make the whole thing go away. I packed up whatever I could and left for Adrian's place. He lived in a penthouse, which wasn't bad, and he gave me the biggest room in the house.
Don't think I'm doing this for you. The baby needs more room. Now, I have a meeting tomorrow and I need to sleep. So 0 noise and 0 drama. Understood?
Wait, you're not gonna help me?
Why? You're the one who took up the challenge, so you deal with it. Bye-bye.
And then he just turned around and left. Rude? I looked at the baby. Aw, the poor thing looked so innocent. But then he let out a fart bomb, enough to take a city down. Oh no, you smell nasty. Ugh, this is literally the worst. I couldn't stop gagging as I got rid of the dirty diaper. And just before I could fasten the new one on, he peed all over me. And then he just started wailing. I rocked him, made faces, did a silly dance, but nothing worked. So I ran to the kitchen for some milk and fed him, and he finally dozed off. I guess I dozed off too, because when I woke up, it was morning, and Mike was staring at my face.
Good morning, princess. Love the new hair.
Mike, thank God you're here. Just hold on to him. I gotta pee. When I got back, Mike was on the phone with someone looking tense. But as soon as he saw me, he disconnected. Everything okay?
Yeah, just college stuff. How are you doing?
What does my zombie-like appearance suggest?
Why don't you just let your dad handle this whole baby situation?
And give up? No way. I need to show Adrian I'm more than some shallow princess writing on Daddy's credit card. Besides, I've got you to help me.
Right, about that. I actually have to leave for a college project in Korea for a week.
Just then, the baby started screaming. I asked Mike to wait till I changed the diaper, but he said he had to meet someone and left abruptly. Weird. The next few days were the toughest of my life. Between nonstop diaper changes, feeding schedules, and round-the-clock crying, I could hardly eat, shower, or even breathe. Mike wasn't replying to any of my desperate calls or texts, so I had zero backup. Unless you count Adrian's insanely detailed instructions before heading to work.
Formula temperature 98.6 degrees exactly. Not 99, not 98. Diapers change immediately after feeding. Tummy time 3 times daily and absolutely no screen time. Also, I've installed nanny cams to make sure you don't cheat.
What? That's literally illegal!
No cameras, but your face just confirmed you were planning to cheat.
Does my face also confirm that I feel like hitting you with a bat?
Really? I thought you liked me. Isn't that why you followed me to that park and to my favorite coffee place?
So you did see me, and didn't even say hi? That's rude.
Well, in my defense, I was in a hurry and you talk too much.
Or maybe you're just a bad listener.
I don't agree.
Didn't think you would. I turned to leave, but the doorknob got jammed. Just then, Adrian came forward, curled his hands around mine, and gave the knob a quick tug. Thanks.
Anytime.
I hurried out the door, but I could feel his eyes digging me in my back. What was that? The entire day, I couldn't stop replaying Adrian's smug grin in my head. I needed a break, so I decided to take the baby for a walk that evening. And a few blocks away, I spotted this cute little cafe.
Hello, welcome to Latte Love. We're a small batch, ethically sourced, community-supported espresso bar. Have you tried our single origin cold brew from the highlands of Ethiopia?
I'll just have a regular coffee, thanks.
You mean drip brew? Or a pour over? We also have a honey lavender fusion.
Just coffee, in a cup. Hot. Maybe with sugar?
Oh, we only have organic coconut syrup harvested under the moonlight.
Okay, coconut syrup it is.
Would you like to add our handcrafted oat foam? We grow the oats.
Oh my God, just Give me the coffee, you freak of nature!
Give her a regular latte with oat milk. It's the best.
I turned around and saw this really cute guy smiling at me. His name was Jack, and he was the cafe owner. We chatted for a while, and for the first time in weeks, I felt kinda normal. I was in a great mood when I returned, and Adrian was waiting to ruin it.
Where have you been?
I was just at the cafe near the park, drinking coffee, talking to an actual human being who doesn't yell at me every 5 minutes.
Why didn't you answer your phone? I called so many times.
It was in my bag. I didn't notice.
Typically careless. It's way past his bedtime and you're out wandering around town talking to strangers.
Why are you overreacting? I just stepped out and had a normal conversation with a nice guy who was actually really helpful with Bet.
Who's Bet? Wait, you named the baby Bet?
Yeah, short for Bet you didn't see that coming. It's got a ring to it. You wouldn't get it. Anyway, I'm meeting my new friend Jack for lunch tomorrow too.
You don't need Jack or his stupid help. I'll take you both out tomorrow.
But Jack's a pro with kids. He has nieces and nephews.
I spent half my life surrounded by kids, trust me. If anyone knows how to handle kids, it's me.
The next day, Adrian took me and Bet on a picnic. He'd made us snacks, got us drinks, and even brought toys for Bet. Even the two of us were getting along really well. And when Adrian wiped some sauce off my face, his fingers lingered on a little longer, and it made my stomach churn. But just then, Bet let out the most ear-shattering scream. After 10 minutes of chaos, spit up, and public humiliation, Adrian and I packed up everything and decided to head home. We were waiting for a cab when a city bus rolled up and stopped beside us. Let's take the bus. The cab's taking too much time.
No, cabs are faster and safer, especially with a baby.
Oh, unclench and chill out, will you? Saying that, I climbed onto the bus and Adrian followed with Bet. Sometime later, this girl walked up to us.
Aw, such an adorable baby. And you guys make a great couple.
We're not together.
Oh, thank God.
Excuse me?
Do you think maybe we could get off at the next stop and grab some coffee?
We totally would, but his boyfriend's waiting for him. It's their 6-month anniversary.
What? I'm not gay.
It's okay, sweetie. It's 2025. You know, they even adopted a baby to show how committed they are to each other. It's the most beautiful thing. Oh, look, our stop is here. You have a very nice day. And saying that, I just hurried to the door and got off, with Adrian right behind me.
What was that?
I was blowing her off for you. You're welcome. Wait, you didn't actually want to get coffee with her, did you?
Maybe I did. She was a pretty girl.
I am a pretty girl, and you've never had coffee with me. Anyway, I'm tired. So let's just go home and... Wait, where's Bet?
You had him.
No, I didn't. You were the one with the stroller.
Oh my God, he's on the bus!
Adrian and I sprinted after the bus, which obviously outran us. What do we do now? Should we go to the police?
And tell them what? That we lost a baby who wasn't even ours? They'd book us for kidnapping.
This is all your fault. If you hadn't flirted with that stupid chick, I wouldn't have been so distracted.
My fault? I didn't even get to talk to her while you were busy making up lies about me.
Just then, I got this phone call from an unknown number. It was a woman from the bus, and she said she'd found my contact info in the stroller, and Bet was with her. She sent us the location, and Adrian and I sprinted there like two lunatics. We thanked her 100 times and headed straight home. After putting Bet to bed, Adrian and I collapsed on the couch, exhausted. When I woke, Bet was in Adrian's arms.
Hey, turns out Bet's a morning person.
Turns out, I already knew that.
So I've been thinking, I owe you an apology.
For which particular incident? Because if you're starting from day one, we might need coffee first.
For all of it. I guess I had this idea of who you were, and I never let you show me otherwise. But yesterday made me realize I've been judging you unfairly. You're amazing. Not because you do everything perfectly, but because you keep showing up.
Well, thank you. It's been more exhausting trying to prove myself to you than taking care of Bet.
Consider me fully convinced.
That day, something shifted between us. He started staying home more often, helping without being asked. Sometimes he'd quietly take over bottle duty or sneak into the kitchen at 2 a.m. to warm up formula while I was dead asleep on the couch. He even suggested I take a break and go to a birthday party I'd committed 2 weeks ago. Except, I didn't want to go.
Why not? You're 18, go have some fun.
In that case, come with me. You deserve a break too, and I'd like you to meet my friends. Plus, the invite explicitly says we need a +1. He didn't look thrilled, but after some dramatic pleading, he caved. We left Bet with one of his older maids and headed to the party. I thought it would be a fun night, but 10 minutes into the party, I had people swarming over to me for favors.
Hey, Kat! Is your dad still on that hotel board? Think he could pull a few strings for a friend's destination wedding?
You're still tight with that influencer girl, right? You have to get her to tag my vintage page. I heard you're babysitting full-time now or something. That's wild. Anyway, do you still have your stylist number?
I smiled, I nodded, I said, I'll see what I can do so many times, I lost track. And it made me wonder if it had always been this bad. I decided I wanted to leave the party. I was trying to find Adrian when I overheard some of my classmates talking.
Honestly, I thought Katerina was pregnant or in rehab. Her skin looks kinda dull, right? And she's barely said anything. Didn't even apologize for not answering my text for the concert tickets I wanted. Daddy said her father is dealing with some scandal. Let's hope he doesn't ruin his chances to become mayor. She could be a lot more useful to us as the mayor's daughter.
I wanted to slap their faces, but just then, I saw Adrian trip right into them, making them spill their drinks all over their dresses.
Oops, I'm so sorry. That was a total accident.
Oh my god, you klutz. Where are your eyes?
Right here.
Are you trying to be funny? My dress is Persian silk.
I have no idea what that means, but guessing by the way you're shrieking, I'm sure it was expensive. You can afford a good dry cleaner though, yeah? In case you can't, here's my number. I'll take care of the bill.
And then he just turned around and walked away, leaving the girls fuming. That was awesome. Also hilarious to see you tripping so dramatically.
Yes, I sacrificed my usual grace and poise for you. But seriously, these people are selfish leeches. You already knew that, right?
Yeah, but most of the people I know are like this. And I figured early on that getting people things they wanted made me popular. I sound like a really pathetic attention seeker, right?
No, I get where you're coming from, but you deserve better. And you're in much better company now. Let's get out of here and grab some pizza.
Sounds like a plan. Over the next few days, Adrian and I got closer. The more time we spent together, the more I liked and respected him. And I genuinely liked our quiet little life together. I certainly didn't miss my fake friends and didn't even need as much retail therapy. But what scared me was that summer break was almost over and Dad still hadn't located Bet's mom. I was beginning to feel really worried about what would happen to him if we never found her. Then suddenly, one evening I got a phone call. It was from a hospital saying that Mike had been in an accident and since his parents weren't answering, they'd contacted me. But he's in Korea. Are you sure you have the right person?
Yes, ma'am. You're listed on his emergency contact list.
When did he get back? And why didn't he tell me? I called Adrian, but he was stuck in a meeting. So I left Bet with one of the maids and rushed to the hospital to see Mike. I found him in the reception area, arguing with someone on the phone.
Please, no, you can't tell them. Let me handle this my own way.
What's going on? Mike looked startled, hung up, and hugged me. What's happening, Mike? When did you get back? Or you've never left and you've just been avoiding me?
No, I came back last night. I was on my way to see you when I got hit by that stupid delivery bike. But I'm fine, and there's something I need to tell you.
But before Mike could finish, I got a call from Adrian's maid. She said she was watching Bet when someone attacked her and took Bet away. I tried asking her more, but the maid was so shaken up she could barely speak. Mike and I rushed home, and I crashed through the door to find Adrian already there. We watched the security footage in horror. A woman in her 40s had walked in, pushed the maid, and left with Bet. Oh my god, this is my fault. I shouldn't have left Bet alone. What was I thinking?
None of this is your fault. If anything, I should have tightened security around here. How could she just walk in like that? I'm going to the police. We'll sort this out.
You don't need to do that. I know where Bet is.
What? How could you possibly know that?
Because he's my son.
Excuse me?
That's when Mike finally came clean. Bet's real name was Leo, and he was Mike's son with his college girlfriend, Amara. And the woman on the camera feed was Amara's mom.
Amara and I dated a while ago. Then one day she told me she was pregnant. I knew if Dad found out, he'd lose it.
So I told her I couldn't be part of the baby's life. She dropped out of college and left. But I did find out I'd had a son.
So you knew all along that baby is your son? Watched me uproot my life and said nothing?
I'm sorry. I didn't want you to hate me.
And yet somehow, I want to punch your face!
Catalina, I know you're angry, but let him finish. So tell me, why did Amara think it was a good idea to leave Leo at Catalina's place?
That was her mom. Amara got a job overseas and left Leo in her care. But that woman is crazy. She kept calling, yelling at me, saying I was a terrible person. So I stopped picking up. I guess she wanted to teach me a lesson and decided to drop Leo at my place. But she messed up the address since Kat and I are neighbors.
But why didn't she come talk to us instead of taking Bet away like some kidnapper?
She's been stalking me on social media because she found out I was in Korea and screamed at me on the phone, asking what I'd done with Leo. So I told her he was safe with you. Maybe she went to your place and found out you're currently staying with Adrian.
I can't believe all this. I thought you were smart and wise, but I am so disappointed in you.
Kat, I know you're angry, but right now we need to see if Leo's okay. Do you know where Amara's mom lives?
Mike nodded, and 15 minutes later, we were standing outside a cramped apartment. We knocked, and the woman who opened the door looked at us with the most disgusted expression ever.
What do you want, princess? I thought you'd be happy to be rid of the baby your friend dumped on you. And you probably dumped him on your maids. I thought I could teach Mike some responsibility, but if he can't take care of his own child, then fine. He doesn't deserve to be a part of Leo's life.
I didn't dump Leo on anyone, and I care about him a lot. You certainly taught me something about being responsible and less selfish for a change, and I'm grateful for it. And we're here to let you know that starting today, Mike will be stepping up. Financial support, parenting classes, regular visits, all of it. And if it's okay with you, I would like to pitch in too.
What's the catch?
No catch. We genuinely want to help. Leo deserves a family, not an absent mother and an irresponsible father.
But I have college and placements, and my parents will kill me.
Well, you should have thought about that before bringing a child into the world, Mike. I know this is really big, but we can do it together. A child needs a village to raise it anyway, right? Mike did step up and came clean to his parents about Leo. And let's just say it was dramatic. But he and Amara's mom worked out a custody agreement between them. And of course, Leo's favorite auntie Catalina had exclusive visiting rights. Also, my dad agreed to invest in Adrian's idea to help underprivileged kids. And a month later, we had a party to celebrate the launch of his project.
So I guess you officially won the bet.
Aw, are you sad?
Nope. If anything, I'm proud of you. I've spent years thinking that letting people in was a weakness. But seeing how brave you were, standing up for Leo, it made me want to take a chance.
What kind of chance?
The kind that scares me, but also feels exactly right. Like this.
Growing up, my parents were super intense about my education. They were both professors at the local university. Dad was a professor of mathematics, and Mom was head of psychology.
60% of kids without a master's degree are said to be clinically sadder than those without.
They were basically prepping me for Ivy League school from the ripe old age of 5.
Mom, can I play in the sandbox?
No, honey. The sandbox isn't going to help you get into a good college. You need to master your ABCs first.
But no matter how hard I tried, I just wasn't good at school. I just didn't see the point. What would I learn there that would help me achieve my true passion? Dancing. Ever since I was young, just the sound of the garbage truck backing up would make me bust a move.
Honey, are you feeling okay?
One morning, while I was choreographing a new dance for the school talent show, my parents stormed into the room like two furious prosecutors ready to deliver a life sentence.
Becca, turn that noise off right now!
I froze mid-move, 1 foot in the air, and held up my harmonica bottle like it was Exhibit A. It's not music, it's my water bottle. Excuse me? Yeah, see? The bottle you guys gave me? It has a built-in harmonica cap, so technically I'm hydrating and being a musical genius at the same time, which honestly is pretty productive if you ask me.
Wait, it does what?
I took a deep breath and blew into the cap. A loud, shrill whistle-like note filled the room. Ta-da! Best best present ever.
Becca, put the bottle down. We're serious.
I sighed, but placed it down.
We're very disappointed. You flunked 3 classes and now you have to repeat the 8th grade. And as punishment, we're sorry, but you can't compete in the talent show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's it? You're not angry?
Nah, I'm used to it. No good grades, no talent show, no future, no husband. I'll be outside, digging my own grave.
Becca, don't be so dramatic.
I picked up my harmonica bottle and played a slow, tragic tune. A funeral march, if you will. Too late.
Ugh, Becca, we're serious. You need to get your priorities straight.
Oh, I have priorities. Dance, talent show, become TikTok famous. Academics are like, 6th on the list.
Well, they better move to first, or else.
Fine, but I'm keeping my grave plot, just in case. To make things way, way worse, all my friends were all moving up without me. When I started 8th grade again, for the 2nd time, I was totally ridiculed.
Becca, how about you? What's 6 times 6?
220?
I think we need to send Becca back to 3rd grade.
Ha, idiots. Laugh it up now. Just wait until I'm your teacher. First lesson, Advanced Apologies 101. Homework, begging for mercy. I was miserable, but as I was walking home from school, I heard my favorite song playing, like it had come from the heavens. I followed the noise to a brick building. When I looked through the window, I saw a group of teenagers my age with their own totally distinct styles, taking turns showing off their individual dance routines. They looked happy. I rushed home, ecstatic. Mom, Dad, I've seen the light. I found my calling. I need to join a modern dance class.
Becca, sweetie, how about you find your calling in algebra first?
Ugh, algebra doesn't call anyone, Mom. It's like a spam call. Modern dance is my destiny.
And your grades? What about those?
I'll get my grades up. Straight A's. I'll even tutor other kids. Just let me dance.
Fine, but if your grades don't improve, we're canceling everything.
Yes, thank you. I won't let you down. Unless it's a backflip. Then I might.
Becca.
Sorry, couldn't resist. Thank you. Now all I had to do was figure out how to pull the grades thing off. I just needed to find Jeannie. Jeannie was a bookish girl who was made fun of at the talent show last year for her terrible choreography. But one day in the bathroom, I caught her practicing a TikTok dance.
Oh gosh, I didn't know anyone was in here.
Look, I know you want to become a good dancer. Redeem yourself from last year's dumpster fire, right? Well, I have a proposition for you. I offered to teach Jeannie how to dance in exchange for letting me copy off her tests. Class was a little intimidating at first. Everyone seemed poised and confident, and I'd never shown anyone my routine before. But when the instructor put me on the spot, something primal kicked in. I just went for it. I had no idea if I was any good or not. And then, as I was mid-spin, I fell onto the floor, hard. I was mortified. After class, I got a tap on my shoulder. It was a boy from class, and he had a sly smirk on his face. I totally thought he was gonna make fun of me.
I like your moves. They're very personal, full of emotion, deep.
Wait, really? Before I could say anything else, like, thank you, I heard a loud beep.
Come on, honey, let's go.
Mom seemed to be in a salty mood when I got into the car.
Did you have fun at class?
So much fun.
Good, because it's your last class. You've been expelled. You're grounded for the summer.
What?
Your math teacher caught you peeking over at Jeannie's desk. She questioned Jeannie, and she told her everything. We're so disappointed in you. I don't know where we went wrong.
Jeannie, that traitor. Remind me when I become her teacher to give her detention every time she gets a correct answer. Guess who's staying after school forever, Jeannie? When we got home, I locked myself in my room, crying. My dreams of dancing were crushed. That summer, I was so depressed, I couldn't even bring myself to practice dancing in my room. I had all but given up on my dreams when I bumped into none other than Freddie at a pizzeria, scarfing down my sadness with a full pie to the face.
Hey, I know you.
Hi.
Dance class, right? You never came back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a family emergency.
Well, the next class starts in October. Hope to see you there.
Uh-huh. Now I had to transform into a good, studious learner, or my parents would never let me join the class. So the night before my first day at my new high school, I gave myself a little makeover. I grabbed a pair of scissors, chopped off my hair, replaced my contacts with glasses, and laid out my most scholarly outfit. The next morning, my parents' jaws dropped.
Is that my daughter under those clothes?
Yep. I've decided to take school seriously. You're right. It's important for my future.
Oh my gosh, honey. We've been waiting 17 years for you to say that.
But I've only been talking for 14 years. Oh, we know. You started talking later than the other kids, but better late than never. And I only took 2 steps inside the school before I heard the principal calling my name.
Miss!
Yes, sir?
You must be Miss Rosen, the new teacher. I thought you didn't get any of our voicemails that we couldn't find a substitute for a month. So glad you made it work. Your CV is impressive, and we're excited to have you as the homeroom/English teacher for grade 9.
Wow, I must have overdone the scholarly look, but the bell rang before I could respond. Sorry, gotta go. Don't want to be late for class. I walked into homeroom feeling intimidated, and now old. All the kids knew each other. They were talking about their crushes and summer jobs and all the usual stuff, but then I heard them talking about something that put a pit in my stomach.
So did you get through the summer reading list?
Yeah, duh. I'm not gonna be an idiot like my mom. I want to get into a good college and marry a successful doctor.
Wait, are you taking algebra or calculus?
Summer reading? Calculus? I was in way over my head. I hadn't prepared for any of this, and I only had 1 month to get my grades up before dance class enrollment. I took the only seat available, which was right next to them. Hi, I'm...
Nice mom hair.
Seriously, my grandma has more fashion sense than you. You look like you could be our teacher.
I had to stay studious. Wait, suddenly, I had an idea. If I looked so much like this teacher, I stood up and confidently strutted to the front of the classroom. That's because I am your teacher. Yep, Miss Rosen. Why not play into it, right? I was just doing a little social experiment to see how you kids act when the teacher isn't around. And I gotta say, I'm very disappointed with a few of you. The bullies' faces went pale. Now everyone, take your seats and pipe down while I take attendance. I shuffled through the desk, but I couldn't find the attendance list. Miss Rosen must have had it. You know what? Why don't you tell me your name so I don't pronounce them wrong? I had no idea what I was doing, but it occurred to me that I'd have better luck giving myself good grades if I was my own teacher, right? Plus, I'd have access to all the test answers. I only had to keep it up for a month. Couldn't be that hard. Okay, class. Today, I want you to think about your favorite book from the summer reading list and tell me what spoke to you about it. Be specific. I had the students opening up, talking about literature, and having a whole dialogue with each other. And all I had to do was sit back, ask some questions, and let the students take over.
Exactly. I agree with Anne. I liked the plot. I just didn't connect with the main character.
Why don't you think you connected with Holden Coford?
Caulfield?
Yep, that's the one.
Because he's a spoiled, selfish weasel.
You sure you're not talking about yourself, Jeff?
That's extra homework for you, miss. Now, let's unpack why you feel the urge to insult Jeff.
You suck at teaching.
Okay, detention. Wow, it felt good to have power, and I actually felt like I was kind of good at this. Soon, I was borrowing my mom's clothes, kicking on the makeup, and saying things like, no running in the hallways. It was awesome. Don't worry about Becca's absence. I've already been in touch with her parents, and she'll be back to school in no time. I'm handling it. I brought straight B's back to my parents. Didn't want to be too suspicious and get A's. And when they called to confirm I was doing well and not cheating, I answered. She's a wonderful student, Miss Baker. She really applies herself, and she's improving every day.
Oh, that's such a relief. You know, she always was a troubled student.
Well, maybe if her parents... you're doing a wonderful job. She's brilliant. When I got home, Mom and Dad were actually smiling.
We heard you're doing excellent in school, so...
We're letting you join dance class.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I got to the dance studio, I was ecstatic to find Freddie mid-stretch. And when the teacher paired us up as partners, I thought I'd be thrilled. But I just couldn't keep up, and I felt like I was slowing him down.
I think you're naturally gifted. You just need more technical practice. How about we train outside of class? Competition is coming up soon, and I need you in top form.
How could I not agree to that? Soon, Freddie and I were spending so much time together. My heart was beating out of my chest every time we would dance. Everything was going according to plan. Teaching by day, dancing by night. But suddenly, my teacher responsibilities started picking up, and I had to lie to Freddie about why I couldn't attend our private practices. I have a parent-teacher conference that I have to attend. As the student, of course. I suck at math. The truth was, I had to grade papers and accompany the students on field trips and host office hours and actually meet meet with parents about their stupid kids. I was so tired, and I could tell Freddie was getting annoyed with me. Then one day at school, standing in front of the class, I saw a familiar face seated in front of me. Freddie? I heard we had a new student, Freddie. Is that right?
Fred, yeah.
Did he recognize me? I couldn't tell, but soon I was so distracted by him finding out my secret, I had a hard time keeping up the charade. And Freddie was being so weird and quiet. In dance class, he was charismatic and lively, but here, he sat in the back of the room all alone. I couldn't tell if he was hiding my secret or what. It was starting to get to me. I couldn't even look him in the eyes when we danced.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, Obs. Is everything okay with you?
Yeah, you just seem different.
Nope, I'm exactly the same as I am. Not the same as who you think I might be, but...
Okay, distracted then.
I promise you, my heart is in this. You have to believe me. I want us to win.
Yeah.
At school, I started to put on heavier makeup and frumpier clothes to improve my disguise. I was so worried about Freddie. I didn't even know what I was talking about in class anymore. With a shaky hand, I wrote something on the board. Okay, where does the comma go in this sentence? The bully came up to the board and confidently drew a comma in. Correct!
No, it's not. I was testing you. You don't even know basic grammar?
Everyone in the class was snickering at me. I felt like I was the dumb student again. What? Of course I do. Are you guys hot? Is it hot in here? I took off my cardigan, and suddenly, Freddie's expression changed. He was staring at me, and then I realized my birthmark. I had a diamond-shaped birthmark on my shoulder. He was the only one who'd seen it. I have to go to the bathroom. I stormed off, exposed. Then I heard someone call behind me.
Wait!
Freddie rushed towards me, staring me in the eyes. He pulled off my glasses, which could have been romantic, but nope, not like this.
Becca, is that you?
I turned even redder. I was speechless.
I can't believe it. It is. What's going on? Is this a joke?
Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. My parents wouldn't let me dance unless my grades went up, and then I found out I looked like this new teacher who was sick, and so I just pretended to be her, and I guess I kinda got carried away.
That is crazy.
Please don't tell anyone. The competition is only a week away, and I need to show my parents I'm good at this so they'll let me go to dance school and not their alma mater.
Here I was, just excited to spend more time with you outside of practice. But for you, it was always about winning the competition.
I'm sorry, and that's not true.
I won't spill your secret as long as you do something for me. Parent-teacher night.
No! I couldn't go to parent-teacher night. My parents would be there. But Freddie was right. I owed him. He'd spent so much time trying to help me, and all I did was hurt him. Freddie is wonderful. He's making so many friends. Everyone loves him.
Really? That's surprising. He got into a bad fight in his last school because some football player was making fun of him for being a dancer. He broke the guy's nose.
He did?
Yes. We told you in the beginning of the semester, Ms. Rosen.
Suddenly, a familiar voice interrupted. Hi, sorry to interrupt. We're here for our 5 p.m. with Miss Rosen. Oh my gosh, I was about to have a parent-teacher conference with my parents. I quickly powdered my face, pushing my hair in front of my face, trying to obscure myself. Yes, come in. I'm sorry. We'll pick this up later. So, how is Becca doing? Oh, Becca, she's an absolute dream. I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Would you mind pushing your hair out of your face and looking towards us? Oh, I'm a little sick, so I don't want to get you ill. No, that's okay. Just, it's a little rude not to be looking at us while you're talking. As I turned towards my mom, head tilted down towards the table so she couldn't see me, my glasses fell off. Mom picked them up and handed them to me. When I reached for them, I saw her eyes go wide. She was staring at the frayed sleeve peeking out from underneath my blazer. It was her frayed shirt. Becca, I thought you sounded familiar. Before I could respond, Freddie's mom burst in.
Ms. Rosen, when you're done, I'd love to reconvene about Freddie.
Totally. Miss Rosen. Ha! Lady, this is my dog. As my mom was finishing her sentence, I was literally diving headfirst out the window. Becca, come back here. I landed in the grass and sprinted away as fast as I could. When I finally arrived at the dance studio, I was exhausted and busted. I yanked off my teacher disguise, revealing the leotard underneath, and rushed into the competition.
Becca, we're about to be on. Did you talk to them? How'd it go?
Yeah, all good. They totally bought it.
Freddie, you were in on this, weren't you?
Oh yeah, they totally bought it.
I whipped my head around to see Freddie's mom boiling red, but not redder than the faces of my own parents who were right by her side.
Becca, you are not dancing until you explain yourself.
The music was starting. The spotlight was on us. I'll explain. Just dance. I locked eyes with him, desperate. He was fumbling at first. I could feel his nerves. Freddie, don't worry about them. This is for you. You got this. And then we didn't miss a step. Freddie was amazing. When it was over, I couldn't hear my parents screaming. I was overwhelmed by the applause and the glimmer in Freddie's eyes.
You really pulled through. I'm impressed.
I'm so sorry for lying. I really love spending time with you, even when we're not dancing. But especially when we're dancing, I saw him hiding a smirk. And that was enough of an invitation for me to lean in and kiss him as our lips touched.
Becca!
You tricked my son into going along with your charade so he could say he gets along with his classmates? You know he punched someone?
Buzz killed. He was provoked. He shouldn't have punched them, but if someone insults your passion, sir, how would you feel? Freddie might not get on well with others at school, but here in this place, he's the coolest, most adored guy. This is our family. This is our school. Freddie grabbed my hand, squeezing it.
Yeah, and Becca is such an incredible dancer. She may not be good at academics, but she has a passion. All she needs is her parents' support. Plus, she is a good teacher. She taught me what it's like to fight for what you care about, no matter who tries to tear you down.
I suddenly saw my mom's face soften, just a little.
I guess that's something. And you did have good stage presence. I guess if dancing is your passion, I won't get in your way. As long as you have a backup plan.
Wait, really?
As long as you have a backup plan.
I couldn't believe it. I finally got my parents' approval. Sort of. I hugged Freddie, and he grabbed my shoulders and kissed me like our parents weren't right there. I was on cloud 9.
The rest is history.
Freddie and I started dating, and I officially enrolled in school as a student. I finished the semester with all C's, under the perfectly boring teachings of the real Miss Rosen. But I got to keep dancing, and the following year, Freddie and I got into Juilliard. After a brief stint touring as a background dancer for pop artists, I got burnt out and wanted to spend more time at home with our new family. So I fell into my backup plan. All right, kiddos, don't hold back. I want to see those moves. Teaching dance classes to middle schoolers. And when my daughter told me she wanted to be a dancer, I freaked out for a minute. Who would want to have their daughter be a dancer? Oh, I guess my parents were right.